Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at artbell.com. Are you ready to witness something that you cannot explain?
I'm looking for you. You're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained? Look into the sky. You realize you're not alone. Open your eyes. You can find the trail that comes from.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle in a city called Fresno. Welcome everybody, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for the show. I'm also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. Have been investigating the paranormal going over 12, 13 years. I already forgot how long it's been. And I started this little project, Paranormal Central, about 7 years ago in a little tiny room in the garage. And look where we're at now, in the second part of the garage. No, just kidding. No, just kidding. Now we got a studio now. As you can see, this is only half of what you're looking at. We got the other half. It's for the TV show. And we got to talk about that. So, all right. Well, thank you for showing up. Again, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. My co-host to the right, to the left of, that over there,
Hi,
Alan Thomas.
How you doing?
And Emerald was here, but we didn't know she was going to be here, so we had transferred all the equipment over to Ellen. And so we're going to let Emerald go home again, and we'll have her back next week for sure. All right. So, all right, well, thank you for showing up wherever you may be. If you are watching us right now, I am so sorry because you're looking at us. But if you don't want to look at us, you can always go to the Dark Matter Network at artbell.com. Yeah, you heard me right. Artbell.com is broadcasting us live. We are giving them a Skype audio feed, and they are processing it and sending it out on their network worldwide. So what a lot of people do, if you don't like the volume here or the sound quality here, you can always mute us and go over there to the Dark Matter Network and listen to us there. And you get the best of both worlds, as simple as that. So, all right, well, we got a lot to talk about today. If you did not see our show last week, well, then you missed one hell of a show. You can always go back and watch it because it is always archived on live stream, and it is now up on YouTube, so you can get it either way, live stream or the YouTube channel at paranormalcentral.net. We are barely, I think it took a couple of days for Alan to recoup. Took me about a couple of days myself, but we really didn't do a whole lot. It was just pretty much sitting down, and it was all up here. A lot of the stress was up here in the brain.
Well, it was moving this stuff around.
Yeah, that's up
too.
Yeah,
a little bit. A little bit of work.
Yeah, a little bit of work. We have now have 5 episodes in the and I don't want to say in the tank, but let's say in the can. Thank you very much. And now it's up to the guys at the production company, editing guys, are going to go ahead and put it all together. Last week we had James Fox in the studio, and what heck of a show. The whole idea on getting James Fox in here was to drill him on the stuff that he doesn't really talk about on any other shows, like Larry King or we know James really well, so it was okay for us to really drill him on some killer cases that he doesn't like to talk about, and he did. He talked about some stuff that I know he didn't really want to talk about, but like cool evidence that he actually has hidden somewhere. And he didn't tell us, and I didn't want him to tell us, because that way, if we get abducted and by knife point to give away the actual evidence of whatever he has, I didn't want that to happen. So I said, no, don't tell me. I don't want to know. So we had fun. We talked about a lot of stuff. So if you guys weren't here last week, then after the show tonight, go back and listen to that episode. It is here again on archived on the live stream, and you can go to YouTube as well. So, Danny, now for those who don't, if this is your first time, welcome wherever you may be. Our followers on live stream is increasing 100 per day, which is awesome. And they're mostly, I don't want to say mostly, they're all over the place. So, for all those who are listening and watching us overseas, welcome. Thank you very much for showing up. Usually at the very part of the show, we have Danny Valderrama, and he is our Squatch reporter for Paranormal Central.
Which one am I?
The second one.
Turn me down a little.
Turn you down?
Yeah.
Okay. And
yeah,
right.
That's way better.
And you guys all know that we pretty much let him have it because the dude is always on vacation. Well, guess where he's at again. But he is going to pop in and give us the Squatch report, but he is on his way to Vegas. Yeah, Mr. Danny is on his way to Vegas. Actually, he's probably arriving now anytime soon. And he is going to be out there for a whole week. And he is going to be broadcasting at his hotel room on the Squatch report. I think he'll let me know. I don't know if he's going to text me or what, but when that happens, then we'll give him a call. So, all right. So, in the meantime, and Heidi Hollis is not going to be with us tonight. She broke her wrist. How in the hell did you do that? Did she tell us? Did she tell you?
I don't know. I think she slipped on the ice.
Aye, and she lives in Chicago, so that would be a good place to do it.
But then, I don't know.
Or she hit somebody.
Maybe.
Yeah. I told her, I go, who did you hit? And no response. So, not saying that she hit somebody,
It was a
but
little green alien guy.
boom, boom, or a shadow man, boom. So what we're gonna do is, I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to show you guys, but obviously we had, James Fox in last week, and I wasn't able to show you. But what I want to do right now, if you're watching us on live stream, is I want to show you some pictures of, let's say pictures plural, like maybe two, of the set that we shot last week with James Fox, if that's okay with you guys. Sure it is, Jeff. Okay, let's just say, okay, now I don't have there's basically going to be, boom. So right now what I have is this, our set, our TV show set. And I'm hoping that's going to come up. Matter of fact, let me pull it up on my phone so that way I know it's coming up. But for all those that you can see, that's the other part of the studio that we're in right now. And that's where we shot. We had James Fox, and we shot. Actually, we shot 5 episodes last week. And it went by pretty smooth, actually. I think it did. I've been doing this show here going on 8 years now. 2007, so 8 years. Man, 8 years. Do you believe that? And I'm really comfortable now talking in front of a mic or in front of a video camera, because there's a video camera right there and it's going over live stream. So, are you guys looking at that picture by any chance? I'm not looking at. There it goes. Okay, yeah, you guys see it. And basically, what's kind of cool about the TV show is that, there's no teleprompters, and everything is off the cuff. I mean, it's like, because we know this stuff. We don't have to put written material in front of us and read it off. This is what we've been doing. I've been doing this now for 13, 14 years as far as investigating the paranormal. And Ellen, has been with us for a while now, and we've been doing this a long time. We actually get out there. Like James Fox said last week, we're like him. He knows a lot about UFOs. Why? Because he actually goes out to the actual spots where these, cases, actually happened.
He goes and talks to the people.
Yeah, and
right,
he talks to the
eye
people.
to eye.
Right. And that's what we do too. We go looking for Bigfoot, we go looking for UFOs, and we go into haunted locations, and we talk to people who are possessed. So we kind of know what we're talking about. And so when we're in front of the video camera, especially the TV show, when we have 5 cameras on the set, it doesn't bother us, which is awesome. And because at first I thought I was gonna, but thank God it didn't. We weren't like that at all. Alan and I were able to do a conversation like we're doing now, and with the guest on the sofa, and it was cool, So we were able to shoot 5 episodes. Am I gonna tell you what those 5 episodes are about? No.
When we had the guests, they were nervous.
Right, they're more nervous than us.
And they're all nervous and sweating bullets and everything. And I'm like, hey, relax.
Right.
Just pretend like the cameras is somebody, like if we're sitting around talking, like you guys are just part of the sitting around and talking.
Right.
Only you're over there in that camera.
Right.
And I just think of you as sitting in the chair right there next to me, and we're just sitting here have a chat.
But look at my mouth there. I'm making a funny mouth. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I was going to put up a different picture. Ooh.
I think. Did we have more pictures?
Yeah, I didn't load them up here though. They're just basically the same thing, same set. So
I was gonna try to see if I could
get rid of that.
What do you call it? Twitter it, but
Oh.
I can't Twitter.
Yeah.
on
And
this.
there's one with all of us on here. Me, James Fox, and Ellen after the shoot or before the shoot, one or the other. And now what I want to do is I want to show you something that we gave James Fox. And I think we're the only people who have ever done this. So because of our appreciation to James Fox and what he does and what he has been doing and what he's going to continue to do, with his new motion picture and his new 3 or 4 part documentary that he said he had when we were talking about last week, we decided to give him something to say thank you for all his hard work. And being that he's number 1 episode.
I think he could roll in.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. We gave him that as a token of our appreciation to Mr. James Fox. And he was blown away. He was not expecting that at all. So he was, he actually said that was really cool of us. And again, we consider James Fox a good friend and part of the family. And, he's really digging what we're doing. And he wants us to succeed just like we want him to succeed in our adventures. So
it's kind of cool. He isn't real far either.
No,
You know
he's in the Bay Area. Yeah, he's 4 hours
He'll
drive,
be
I
back
think.
and be back and be back. And we might even be able to get him back in here.
Right.
On the internet show.
Hopefully. Yeah.
few
You never know. Well,
times,
actually, he's going squatching with us, he said.
Yeah, he is.
And I told him after the shoot last week, he asked me, he goes, so when are you guys going? Because I told him we're going to film it for an episode. So there's going to be an episode for TV.
Right.
And it's going to be with James Fox and us and I don't know who else, but we're going to go looking for the guy. And we're going to the spot.
Right.
We're going to the
I'm
spot.
going to make sure that they have a really good scare.
Okay.
Because, it's always, when we go to the spot, it's always good. In fact, Memorial Day is like our favorite time.
Yeah, Memorial
go.
Day. Right.
And, man, that's coming up.
Yeah, it's just right around the corner. So I can't wait for that big time. So, all right, let's get out of there and let's go to there. So, yeah, we're going to have a blast. And I can't wait for that because, James Fox has always been interested in Bigfoot and he's going to go with us. So who wants to go? Hands up. Who wants to go with us? Yeah, I bet. Okay. What we're going to do today is I am going to show you. Now, you guys, was it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago? No, 3 weeks ago when I was telling you about what we found in the spot. We found a tree. And on the top of this tree, there was a couple of pieces of wood that was left on this tree that was not supposed to be there. And you know what? Let me go ahead and talk about that. You all know that we have a spot up in the mountain Sierras that was made known to us by David Ragosa. And he basically took me up there like 8 years ago, and we've had so much excitement there, it's not even funny. So we go back there all the time. And we were hiking like we always do. It's a large vicinity. It's no camping area. It's people are not around. And God, I hate the way this mic sounds. I really do. Hold on.
He's been messing with it for like an
yeah,
hour.
I really hate this mic. So, anyways, okay. So, and I found this tree. We were walking, and Danny spotted, or somebody spotted, these pile of limbs, very large limbs that were stacked. And we looked at each other and we said, you know, human beings would not, you know, stack those limbs like that. Just because it's a waste of freaking time. It meant absolutely nothing. But for those Bigfoot investigators who are listening and watching us right now, when you see these things, then you'll say they mean something to a Bigfoot. And then we started continuing to, you know, scope around the area, and I noticed this really cool tree, and I said, man, this tree is like an awesome tree. It would be an awesome tree to climb if you were a Bigfoot. And I just happened to glance up, and I noticed some things about 80 feet up that I noticed that were not out of place. All right. And when I mean out of place, no, there was not a Bigfoot up there. Okay. But there was something that was placed up there that I think, and I think everybody else who was with us think that it was placed there by a Bigfoot. And you're probably going, you know, how do you know, Jeff? What makes you think that? Who do you think you are, Mr. Bigfoot investigator, 20 years out in the field? Well, it's common sense. All right? It's common frickin' sense. We're there for one reason only, and that's because we know there are Bigfoots there. Why? Because we've gotten a photograph on a game camera. We've got many footprints, the impressions that were left on the window of my truck with the same spot. All right, so we know they're there. Now, when I looked up at about 80 foot up this tree, I noticed that there was a couple of pieces of, and Alan actually made the statement of firewood. There was a couple of pieces of firewood 80 feet up that were not supposed to be there. And you're going, okay, well, somebody threw them up there. No. Somebody climbed the tree and placed them up there. Oh, well, yes. But it wasn't a human being. All right. Now, these two pieces of firewood, you totally can tell they're not part of the tree. Not even close. All right. And there was a tree knot in this tree about 80 foot high, and there's a piece of firewood stuck in this tree knot that's, you're going, what, a tornado came through here and all of a sudden this piece of firewood went up and into this tree knot? No. So you're trying to, I'm looking at Danny, I'm looking in, unfortunately Alan wasn't with us. He was down because he can't walk up because of his leg. But we were going, all right, how in the heck did that happen? And I'm looking at Robert, all right? Robert's looking at he's looking at the top of the tree, and he's going, I'm going, okay, Robert, explain that one. And he couldn't. And, you know, because the dude doesn't believe in Bigfoot. Almost yet. I mean, there's now a percentage that has increased because of that time that it yelled at us, okay? And, you know, Danny is going, whoa, you know, and Trevin is tripping, I'm tripping. So I took some video of this, and what I want to do is I want to show this to you right now for the first time. All right. Now, the two pieces of firewood, that's not all that we saw up there. Right above the two pieces of firewood is this tree limb that comes out of the middle of the tree, but all the tree bark has been stripped of it, and you can see the yellowish or the greenish part of the tree, like something was sitting up there pulling the tree bark off of it, or was hanging. Yep, we have monkeys up there. We have monkeys up in the Sierras, you guys. That's what actually took the tree bark, took the tree bark off the limb, climbed the tree, and placed the pieces of firewood up there. It was either a gorilla or a monkey, because that's the only thing that could have climbed it.
It was an earthquake.
Earthquake?
Yeah.
Earthquake could have done it. Yeah. What else could have done it? Strong winds? Or how many of you think I climbed that tree because I know how to gap trees? You're out of your freaking mind.
He won't go that high.
No, I won't.
Guarantee you that he won't.
I won't.
I tried to get him to go just like only 4 feet more higher.
Dude, as a matter
and he was like, that's it. This is as far as I go.
As a matter of fact, my tree belt or my belt won't fit around that tree.
Oh, that's right.
It won't.
That was a huge tree.
Okay. So, you guys want to see this? Okay, here we go. I'm going to show it to you guys right now. Unfortunately, for the people at Art Bell, I just, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to show you.
We'll just describe it really good.
Yeah. All right. We're going to show you this tree.
Twitter it, but I don't know how to.
This tree is a beautiful tree to climb, and then we were looking up,
a video.
and then we spotted this. There it
I
is.
could fix your computer.
All right.
No,
See that
no,
piece
I
of wood?
won't fix your computer.
That's stuck-
But only- I don't
Okay.
know how to Twitter.
Okay, I'm
in
gonna
the
see if
knot
I
of
pull
that
out here. Hold on.
knot
See
hole
this
of that
right there?
tree.
Okay, I want to go. Boop. Oops. Okay. Well, for one thing, here you go. I stopped the video and I'm circling this piece of wood that's just sitting there, right?
And then there's another piece
And
of log
then
right
if
there.
you-
See that?
I think I'm gonna scroll
That is
up
not
piece
part of the
firewood
tree,
right
you
there.
guys.
That is not part
You
of the
follow
tree.
me?
Boom. Stop. Okay.
You know what? You know what, Elizabeth? We get that a lot.
What's that?
You know, she was saying that she was talking to somebody about Bigfoot all around, everywhere, right? And the person's like, "You mean there's more than one?" I mean, for serious. I mean, people tell me, you know, yeah, there's a Bigfoot in Northern California. I saw the film. It's probably old now, but
So-
only they didn't see the tracks all over everywhere.
All right.
You
So
know,
I'm gonna.
they're
So
everywhere.
you guys see that right there, right? That piece of firewood stuck in that knot, and then this laying right there, right? Okay.
And that is
Look at how high this tree is.
10,
I'll
20,
scroll
30,
down.
40, 50 feet up.
The tree is tall.
You have to look
It's a
up.
live oak.
Boom. Okay. Do you see right there? I paused it.
No,
That
blue oak,
there
blue
are
oak.
no tree limbs right there for somebody to grab and to climb up there.
Um,
Okay, and I think
Trevor,
this is
go
the
do
one
me
where
a
I
favor
had
and stand in front of that
Trevor,
tree.
Danny's son. There he is. Goes over to the tree to give you an estimate
All right.
of how high this tree thing is.
This is
There
the
he is. Hey, Trevor.
a height
Okay, and then I go up,
to tell you how tall this tree is. Going up, going up, going up, going up.
and there it is. Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there. You see that? Okay, that something went up there and placed that right in there, and placed that piece of tree limb right there. Now,
And then that piece of
I'm gonna
wood,
go up even higher. now.
somebody took it up
I'm gonna
and
show
stuck
you
it
what's
in
above
the
that.
knot
I
of
think at
that
this point in
hole
time,
of
I
that
didn't
tree.
see it until
And
Danny-
that
I
right
think
there, my
Danny was
friends,
the
is
one
not
who
supposed
said,
to be
"Jeff,
there."
Look up that tree limb that's up there. Oh, okay. Let me go to the next video. Hold on. All right, let's go to there.
I'm gonna take another video. What I missed
Right, there's
before
that. Okay,
was
there is the tree bark or the limb that I'm
See that
talking about. That's missing.
piece
the
of
tree limb.
branch. All the bark has been
That's on the
peeled
same
off, like
tree,
something's been
right
hanging
above
on it.
those two pieces of firewood.
And then right below that
Okay, there. Boom. There
is that piece of wood stuck
Okay, I paused it. There's the piece of tree, a piece of firewood
in the
stuck
knot
in that
tree
knot.
there.
And look at
And
you can
then
even see right there more
that
tree
right
that's
there,
been
that piece
actually like peeled off, like something
It's
was
like it's
sitting up there
actually
just hanging around.
Put between those two branches to
and
be held up.
Decided to peel the tree
See
bark
that?
because it was bored. See right there on the left, right there,
It was bored.
huh?
Get it?
Bored. Boom,
Yeah.
boom. Right. So, and okay. So, yeah. See, I actually didn't notice that before, but there you go. That piece of firewood stuck in
What's
that
really
tree
caught
knot.
my
And
attention
then-
though,
There. All right, you guys. That does not happen naturally. I don't care what you think, what you say. That right there was peeled off. Now, let's stop right there. Could a bear, Alan? Now, Alan's lived up in the mountains all his life. Could a bear climb that tree with a piece of firewood in his paws? And no, you're saying no. Why?
He wouldn't even climb it with it in his mouth.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, he could climb the tree. I don't even know if he could climb that tree because of how big it is.
Right.
I've seen him climb like smaller trees. When the tree gets too big, they can't wrap around.
Wrap
it.
around. Okay.
And our bears aren't that big.
Okay.
I mean that's the thing about the Bigfoot thing that the people say, oh, it's a bear.
Right. Right. Okay. Now this bark that's been peeled off this tree limb, would a bear do that?
Even if he could get up there, he wouldn't unless there was some food in it.
Okay. So would a squirrel do that?
No.
Would a cow get up there and do that?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So we pretty much. How about a mountain lion?
Nope.
How about a bobcat? How about a dog? Okay, you guys.
There's nothing in the forest that's going to go up there and do that.
Well,
Not even a human.
Okay. Thank you very much. Not even a human. So you guys, we are there for one reason. All right, one reason only, and that is to look for Bigfoot because we know they're there.
Well, see, now in the chat they said it was done when it was really little and closer to the ground.
Is he being serious or just being?
Probably not.
Okay. All right. So,
But
yeah.
it was a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You know,
Not.
'cause actually, that little piece of firewood would have fell out, over the years.
No, because a tree limb would not have a tree knot that big. when it was growing.
No, I mean the firewood that's laying there,
Right?
like that. It would have fell out 100 years ago. Because that tree is, I'll guarantee you, the tree is over 200.
The bark
years
is
old.
really smooth.
So I'm
Right there.
right now I'm videotaping that, and I'm scrolling down, and boom. Okay, there's that piece of tree right there, and then the tree piece of firewood that's in that knot. That is a favorite spot for a Bigfoot, I would think. I mean, I'm thinking some juveniles were up there screwing around.
Yeah, well, we know there is.
Yeah,
we know they're there.
Right, and that's my theory.
And that
look at
It's
this
about
tree.
75 feet
Did I
high.
climbed that tree, guys.
And we left.
No. We're in the middle of nowhere. So we decided to, you know what? Let's put some game cameras around the base of this tree. What I did is we had some food with us, and I put it in a plastic bag, and I hung it right there at the base of that tree before we left.
Bunch of fruit and
All right?
stuff.
That's what I did. So then what I decided to do, now, okay, I'm looking at this one.
And then chat, they said it was aliens.
Aliens?
Yep.
You know what? Aliens do come to Earth because they do like wood.
Oh, yeah, and they play with firewood all the time.
Oh, they play with
Yeah.
firewood all the
We
time.
found evidence of it.
Absolutely. The hieroglyphics in wood. Yeah. This is really nothing here I want to show you. Okay. So, and I think this is the part where I decided, you know what? Let's be sneaky and place some cameras right around the base of this tree. So I put on my climbing equipment, and I climbed the tree. Now, you guys, people on the comments of YouTube and live stream method were telling me I'm a big liar, that I could climb even higher that if I wanted to. No, I can't. And because I want to tell you right now, I'm afraid of heights. I swear to God I am. All right? Like I said, I barely got this job at AT&T.
He is.
I am a freaking afraid of heights. Trust me.
He's not even having the rope.
He goes like, I'm like, higher. But hammer higher. He goes, no, this is good right
And
here.
that's my fat ASS right there.
See, he'll make 2 more steps.
Okay, now aim some sticks, aiming up. Well, he's not locked in.
Oh, no. No way to go.
So you guys have to understand something.
Got
I
that
really
strong
don't trust
upper body strength holding him in.
Wait.
inside of my foot to hold me up.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather use a ladder, but I ain't gonna take a ladder.
He has that strong upper body strength.
Right, and
Now
anyway,
he's
but that's
pushing
basically okay. I'm gonna forward it because you really don't want to see me. And now I'm placing game cameras up there. All right. Forward it.
You actually got to go back to the.
Oh my God! Well, we gotta take a camera too. So that's it.
You have to go back. Probably the batteries are dead, but that doesn't mean the SD card is empty.
Batteries are dead. All right, what's this? Oh, I'll show you a picture here that I spotted. A deer that was frozen. Boom. There you are. He was looking right at us, and we're going, can you see it? Can you see it? He was looking at the deer. He was frozen, like didn't even move.
Oh,
We ran
I
through-
thought that
oh,
was
I
a
believe
deer.
we spotted this.
They act just like the Bigfoots. They freeze. Bigfoots freeze like that, and then as soon as you look away, and then look back, they're gone. Yeah, and the deer is the same way. As soon as it notices you're not looking, it'll move away, and then it's gone.
This is the entrance to the spot that we were talking about. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping that you'll be able to see the barricades that were placed up after finding Bigfoot. The TV show came, and Alan was in charge of that one. Let's see. Let me go forward up a little bit. No, nothing there. Nothing there. All right, let me get out of this one, and then entrance. What's this one here? I just want to show you the money that they spent to try to keep us out.
That they're not just doing it there.
No, they're doing it everywhere, but
All you people everywhere. They're putting
Okay.
gates up everywhere.
all right. So much for that. All right.
And they say it's not. They're not going to keep us out with the gate.
Right. So okay. So I wanted to show you that tree because I have tried to debunk that, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there right now who are trying to debunk it right now. And I know there's a lot of people saying that we hired somebody to place those up there. And right now I'm doing the okay sign for all those who are at Bell who are not watching us. I'm doing the okay. No, that's the type of stuff that we're finding up at the spot that we go to all the time. All right. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make a major announcement to everybody who is watching and listening to us right now. All right. Next week, only on live stream, David Ragosa captured what we think is a small Bigfoot messing with a game camera. And I don't know how many years ago, but we have the video. And we are going to show it next week here on live stream.
I think it's like 2009.
2009? It happened in 2009?
2009 or 2008, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I was with them at the time. I don't remember that. Oh, well, maybe I do. I've been up there with so many times with them, it's hard to say. But we're going to show it for the very first time here on live stream. But right after we show it, we're going to erase it from the archives of live stream and YouTube. So the only time you will ever see it is here. And why? Is because I'm going to use that for an episode on TV. So I am going to let all you guys watch it for the very first time here on live stream next week's show. So you better tell all your Sasquatch friends and your investigators that we're going to show this really cool video. And we really think, and I'm going to pause it and stop it, and you'll be able to see the eyes and the mouth and all that. You know, a lot of people saying it was a bear. I don't think so. But I'm going to let you guys see it. I don't think it was a bear, to be honest. All right. It was gray in color. Okay. It wasn't like black or brown. Usually
it had long hair.
Yeah. Usually all of the animals or the bears up there are brown and black, not gray. This thing was gray.
Some of them are like a blondish.
What?
I have pictures of some blonde ones.
Oh, bears?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like a light tan or whatever.
Okay.
But only there's no color like that color
that you'll see next
Bigfoot,
week.
yeah.
So what I'm going to do for the very first time, we're going to show this on here live stream, but right afterward. And I'm just not going to show it one time and that's it. Right? I'm going to show it. We're going to let it go all the way through. I mean, it's not very long. It's like 9 seconds or something.
Right, 9 seconds.
It's very, very quick. But I'm going to stop it and pause it at the locations where you can see the ears, where you can see the mouth, and the tongue. All right. And this thing was literally trying to take the stupid camera off the tree.
Yeah, it actually, from what David said, it actually destroyed the camera.
Okay, but the SD card
But
survived.
the SD card survived.
Right, and he had it on video. It wasn't a picture. This is not a picture, you guys. This is the video. Or a 9-second video. So I'm telling you right now, I'm going to show it next week for the very first time. And so next week, for sure, it's going to be a 3-parter because the first part, you know, we're going to do what we usually do. Then we're going to end it. Then we're going to start it up again, part 2. And that part 2, we're going to show the video. And then when we're done showing that video in the part 2, I'm going to hit delete. Because that way, you know, you guys can't steal it or whatever. But otherwise, you know, if you guys want to take a video camera and videotape it off the screen, and you know, good luck. Okay, if you want to do that. But I'm going to delete it because this is going to be we're going to show that, and we're going to dissect it on TV, and it's going to be an episode for TV. So I just want to let everybody know. All right, you guys. That is the major announcement because, you know, you guys have to understand that the stuff that we show you here is cool stuff, one of a kind, and we are not going to lie about what we get. There's no reason to. All right. You know, I noticed there's a lot of other shows out there who are going in the tank because they're lying about what they get. Matter of fact, there is a group, I'm not going to say who they are, but they keep coming on chat to promote themselves. Well, a lot of the major players in that are leaving that group. It's because they're finding out that they're lying about a lot of stuff, and they're getting caught. So, and you know, you can try to diminish what we do here. You can try to catch us on lies, but there's no reason for us to lie here because the stuff that we get is either I know who the people or we're getting it ourselves. And this is cool stuff. And why are we getting so much good stuff, Ellen?
It's because we go out.
There you go, because we go out.
If we wouldn't get anything, you don't get anything without going out there.
Right.
And we go out there, and we go out there, and we go out there, and we go out there. You know what I mean? Like, we don't just go one time. We go, like, we go all summer long and winter long.
Hold on. Hello?
Jeffrey, this is Jordan.
Jordan, I am so sorry. I was going on a rant on some Bigfoot stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's okay, but I'm glad you called me. Thank you.
Yeah, he's done ranting.
I'm done ranting. Let me turn you up on the. I'm turning you up the volume here. I think it's that one. Can you say something for me, Jordan?
Yes, I'm here.
Hotline. There you are. Okay. All right, Jordan. You called me Thursday of last week.
Yes.
Okay. Why did you call me?
I called you because my wife and I saw a very large triangle craft fly over us in Fresno.
Now, where were you guys at?
That's cool.
We're in the Tower District of Fresno, and we were in my backyard having dinner on our back patio, like around like 8:30.
Okay.
And then I initially saw it. It was a very, very large, like, equilateral triangle. It was, it looked pitch black to me, and on the three corners it had three solid red lights, and then around the edge there was probably 3 or 4 like whitish reddish lights that moved around the perimeter.
And that is exactly what Justin said crashed. And he said there was 3 lights on each side, and when it was trying to raise up, it would increase in speed like that, and it didn't, and it went down. Now, you sent me an email that night. Now, you know, I got my iPhone, and when I get an email, it tings me, so I'm able to go to it really quick. And I'm showing everybody right now the email that you sent me. And it says, "What's your current email? My wife and I just saw a huge triangle UFO fly over Fresno. Thanks, Jordan." And then I think you, then I sent you an email back, and then that's when you called me, right?
Yeah, and I said what's your current email, but I meant to say what's your current phone number. I think I just misdialed your number because I got him the first time I called.
Oh, right on. Okay. So who else saw this? With your wife, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, my wife saw it. It was in the sky for above us about 10 minutes.
Whoa.
It was moving from north to south. It was moving very, very slowly.
Okay.
It was making no noise. It was huge. I mean, it was at least an order of magnitude larger than any craft I'm aware of.
How big do you think it was? And you gave me you told me how big you thought it was. I want you to tell everybody what you think how big it was.
Well, granted, this was just my perception. I would be happy to find out that I was wrong. I thought it was so big it seemed like it was at least a half mile long, maybe even a mile. It seemed enormous. Maybe it was smaller than that. I don't know. I mean, it seemed very unbelievable.
Now, you were looking at the craft itself when. Now you said it was dark black, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm assuming that it blocked out the stars as it was flying over you guys.
Yes, and where we live, there's a lot of lights and such, so the sky was actually kind of more like a dark blue, so we could tell the different color of the black versus the sky.
Right.
Also, something I didn't mention to you, but as it sort of was going off, it looked the same other than, the whole time it was floating above us, it looked the same other than the lights going around the perimeter. But as it started to go off into the distance, it either did one of two things. I can't tell. It either started to morph in shape. It appeared that one of the red dots from the corners started to move around to make a different shaped triangle, or it was rotating horizontally in the air and it just made it appear that way. I can't be sure.
Oh, I see.
And eventually the lights just went off, like kind of one by one, and they went off, and it just was gone. It seemed like the light turned off, not that it just got out of our view, if you know what I mean.
Right. So they were turned off purposely then. I mean, that is odd. Maybe the lights came on when they were over the city, and when they got to the darker countryside, they turned them off. So you thought that it was a plane, and when it got to the countryside, it turned off, so that way you just didn't see it anymore. Huh. That's interesting that you said that.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Right,
mean,
right.
My wife and I are not really into this kind of stuff, so I don't really have a frame of reference to understand what I saw.
Right. That's awesome. Somebody, I posted that on my Facebook wall, and somebody, I think Jamie Lynn, came on and said, I saw the same thing. So somebody else saw it as well. Now the question is, how many other people saw it that just don't know who to call, and that's just the way it is. One of these days, our phone number is going to be pretty much in the cell phones of every single person out there getting ready to call. So, but hey, I appreciate you, letting me know about this last Thursday. That's what I want. I want people to call us when there are sightings like this, because, it's
like how high was it? Like, was it like right above the houses, or
no? It appeared to be definitely higher than like helicopters would fly, but much lower than normal planes. Like maybe several thousand feet, maybe a mile up.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
All right. Right on.
I mean, that your mile wide thing, that's not unheard of.
No, not at all.
That a lot of people have reported that.
Yeah. I mean,
mile
the
wide.
size of aircraft carriers. I've gotten that several times over Fresno. So.
I mean, I had a friend that was walking the track around a school track with his wife, and she was like, "Hey, look at that ship," and he looked up and he was like, "Yeah, it has a cool, it's a cool light," and he thought the light was the ship, and he was like looking at it, and she's like, "No, the ship," and then she spread her arms out, and he realized it was wider than his arms, spread out, and he was just looking at a light on one corner of it, know, and the thing was huge, and the same thing going really slow, no sound.
Right, and that's like what James Fox was talking about, that incident where the deer hunter said, it's like he saw the actual compartments underneath. So, right on. All right, is that the only time you've ever seen anything, Jordan?
That is the only time. I mean, my wife and I have seen, like several years ago, some documentaries, but it was more out of curiosity. We didn't really have an opinion on it one way or another.
Right.
But this definitely, I mean, we didn't hallucinate. We were totally sober.
Right. Oh, sure. No. Well, yeah, no, you saw something, and why were you looking up?
I don't know. I mean, we were sitting down in the chair. I don't know. I think we just happened to see it. I mean, it wasn't directly 100% above us. It was kind of offset to the west of us, so it was kind of at a diagonal above us. You know what I mean?
Right. So it just caught your eye.
Yes, it just caught our eye. And the strangest thing about it to me was its unbelievable size and the fact that it was a triangle.
Yeah, I mean, that's, we've had so many reports of triangles, Jordan, over Fresno, it's not even funny anymore. I mean, it used to be nonstop, but for some reason it stopped. And now it's sort of kind of picking up a little bit.
Yeah,
it has, hasn't it? Because I think Robert Thorson is getting some stuff now. And it's just, and they're probably flying over us all the time during the nighttime, but it just takes for somebody to go outside and just sky watch out of your backyard. You guys don't have to go to the mountains. You guys don't have to go to the foothills. Just go in your freaking backyard, pull up a chair and a nice cold refreshing drink and look up. That's all you got to do, and these guys, like Jordan and his wife, what were you guys doing? Just kicking it or barbecuing or what?
Yeah, we were just eating dinner on the table in our backyard.
Yeah, there you go. So that's all it needs to.
Oh, Jeffrey, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
since this happened Thursday, I've told several friends, and my wife and I've told several friends, and some of our family about this. You know, and the one thing they keep asking me was, "What was it?" or "What do you think it was?" And I just say, "I have no idea." You know,
Well,
like I have no idea whether it was military or I have no idea.
No.
What, do you guys have any opinion?
Sort of, kind of, yes. We had one of the top UFO investigators here in the studio last week, and we asked them the same question, because there are ships like the one you witnessed that are the size of 1, 2, 3 miles, maybe the size of a small city, flying over our skies. And James Fox, I asked him, well, are they ours? And it's like, because people, they say it's not from this world. It's unworldly. It's just no way something like that large could be flying, and we have the technology for that. So, I'm actually in between. I think we have the technology. Now, it would have been a different story if that triangle that you saw was being followed by jets or being chased by jets. Then I could have told you right there and then that wasn't ours. But if there were no other helicopters, going that direction with the jet, maybe possibly out of Lemoore or out of Fresno, traveling after these guys, that's telling me it might have been ours. To be honest, I really do. Because we've had reports here in Fresno where we have UFOs, and all of a sudden the jets take off out of the airport really quick, and they start chasing these things. And we have a lot of people call in telling us, "Hey, the jets just took off, and they're chasing these 3 UFOs over Fresno."
And I was told by somebody that works at Lemoore that they have a building over there, and these big, huge, mile-wide things are actually drones, and that they're piloting them from a building in Lemoore.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, a drone a mile? Why would it be? Why would they need a drone a mile wide? Like, I don't get it.
Right.
But according to him, and that's what they're flying them from there.
Well, that could be, that could be. I don't know. All I know is we have some very cool technology, and that might what you have saw or seen over Fresno that day. So I don't know. I mean, the question is, do you believe in aliens? Do I believe in aliens? I don't. I believe we're not alone.
Yeah.
But was that an alien craft? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So
that was a good sighting, though.
That was a good sighting, though.
I bet you're
awesome.
always looking up, huh?
Now I bet you every time you go to the car or go take the trash out, you're looking up, huh?
Yeah, I'll definitely be looking up a little bit more.
Yeah. That's where you usually see all the stuff. It's when you're not expecting it. So, right on. All right, Jordan. Well, you got my number programmed, so the next time you see something, you call me right away. All right?
Okay. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Right on, Jordan. Thanks.
Hi, Jordan.
Bye-bye.
Okay, see ya. All right, I'm gonna switch earphones here real quick.
That's interesting. Like that. I don't know how many reports now. It's in the dozens of this triangle that's over a mile wide.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Over the area, and you were right there for I don't know, man, a few years, couple of years.
It was off the hook.
Nothing happened though. I mean, it was off the hook.
Right.
And then there's been this dry spell, not even a nothing.
Nothing. Because they figured that we figured them out, and for all those who don't know what we're talking about, we started writing down all the sightings that came in, and we found that on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Sundays is when we were getting all these sightings. And I was thinking to myself, well, why is that? Why the Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays? Well, I figured out that Wednesday is hump day. For all those who don't know what hump day is, it's the middle of the week. People are tired. It's the middle of the week. They are inside. They're not outside. They're not going to parties. They're pretty much inside and getting ready for the next day. And same goes for Thursday. Sundays, it's the beginning. It's the night before the week begins. So obviously everybody's indoors. They're in front of the TV. They're getting ready to settle down for a new week coming up. And so we figured out this is when most of the people are inside, is when they get their stuff, their toys, and they fly them outside. So that's what we figured out, and it looks like that was the case. And everything came to a complete halt, stop. I mean, it was incredible that our theory was right, because all of a sudden they go, oh crap, those guys at Paranormal Central figured us out, and they stopped everything. And you guys have to understand, for those of this, if this is your first time watching and listening to us, we are in the bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle, and I said that at the beginning of the show. What is the Nevada Triangle? The Sierra Mountains, which include Area 51, China Lake Air Base, and also Lemoore Naval Air Base. Then we have the 144th Fighter Wing here in Fresno as well. So we are surrounded by 4 bases, really. Area 51 is just a stone throw. I mean, for a top secret UFO to go from Area 51 to Fresno, we're talking a couple of minutes. All right, so depending on what technology they are.
Somebody in chat says there's this strange aircraft taking off in the night and then landing before daylight.
Where?
Here.
Here?
Yeah, but I do know there is a strange aircraft that it flies all night long, and it has alternating flashing lights.
Well, that is the sucker that was when we did the second episode last week. Mm-hmm. That was around. I was actually over our studios.
Right. And for hours.
And then one of the guests' husband went out to the cul-de-sac and started taking pictures of the plane, and the plane took off.
Yep.
Swear to God, guys, that happened last week. And the person that was sitting on the couch, I'm not going to tell you who she was, but she, we were telling her because the camera people had to stop because you could hear it going.
You could hear it over the microphone.
Yeah. Actually, the lapel mic that we had, and you can hear it go. And the guys are going, really, and it just nonstop. The airplane was circling our studios like it was doing this on purpose. And then we were trying to convey to the our interviewee. Yeah, that's how I say it.
The guest.
Guest, thank you. That this is not the only time it happens, and she thought we were smoking crack because she has no idea. I mean, she knows of us, she has heard of us. She didn't realize how in depth we are at this, and this is not the first time it's happened. And so when we finished videotaping the episode, we went back to the other room, and the thing was still. So her husband went outside, I guess, to have a smoke break or whatever with a couple more people, and he started taking pictures with the cell phone, and it took off.
Yep.
And then that's when he came back and told us what he just did, and then she looked at it and she goes, huh?
Yeah, and it was her husband that went out and took the picture.
Yeah. So, it's I know it's like, it was a coincidence, or it was meant for us. They were there doing whatever they were doing because of us, and they knew we were shooting episodes and all that. Blah blah blah. Guys don't want to believe it. That's fine, but some people who has never really been with us to really feel what we feel and see what we see. They were here last week and they noticed it, and they were like totally dumbfounded. All right.
And if you live in the Fresno area, you could go out any night. I mean, almost any night, like 11 to 4 in the morning, and there'll be a plane circling around and around. Sometimes it'll be on the east side of Fresno, sometimes the west side, sometimes a little over Clovis. But I mean, you can see it from everywhere. It's just going around and around and around.
Right.
And we've tried finding out who that plane is, and we can't find out. We don't know. Nobody. They say there isn't one.
Yeah.
The answer is there is no plane flying around all night.
You guys are smoking the crack.
But I see it every night.
Right. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue on. A photographer. Since we're into UFOs right now, I'm gonna continue with UFOs. There was a person on Facebook who was not a friend of mine, and I don't know how. Somebody went. There was a friend of mine went on his post, and when you comment on a comment and you put my name, then I get dinged on it, and that way I can say, hey, somebody mentioned you in a comment. And so I went over there, and there's this photographer in Fresno, and she loves to shoot the skies. Actually, she's a friend on Facebook. I don't know why she didn't send me that, but I went on his wall and I said, hey, who is this? And I found who it was, and I took a snapshot of the photograph she took. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that photograph right now.
That looks like a rocket.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it looks like back in the day. I know it's dating me, but I can't remember his name. But way back, a long time ago, it had this dude that flew around in a rocket, and that's what that looks like.
Okay. Well, she said that she was taking several shots, and this is the only shot it came out on, just one. And the top one is the original, and then she zoomed in on it, or somebody zoomed in on it. But it looks like a rocket. But the only problem that I have is it looks too good for a rocket. If it was a rocket, it would be going with smoke behind it, right. And all that. And it would not be going left to right. And this, what looks like to me, the right-hand side is the front end is going to the right. You guys follow me? It sure looked like a rocket, but it's too good to be a rocket because the evidence that this is a rocket is not there. Meaning the smoke, meaning the thrust in the back, and it should be going straight up, not sideways. So let's think about this. I don't know what to think. Now, people are probably going, it's a toy. Well, I don't think it was a toy. I used to do model rocketry when I was a kid. And, again, model rockets leave a lot of smoke, especially, and they're going from straight up. They go straight up, okay? And then when they get up, when they come down, the second stage of the rocket blows up, and then the umbrella, the parachute comes up, and it comes down. I don't think this was a rocket. Now I'm looking at fins on the back. I don't know what this is. I'm not going to. I'm Missouri.
Yeah, go ahead and answer it.
All right.
Somebody in from chat.
Chat, who's this? Oh, I'm sorry. Hello. You're on Paranormal Central. Who's this?
Hey, this is Dagger.
Dagger?
Hey guys, my name is Doug. How you guys doing?
Good. Are you calling from Missouri?
Good.
I'm absolutely calling from Missouri.
All right. What you want to talk about?
I got a good story for you. Well, it's not a story. I actually seen it, but I live right in the middle of the United States. Literally like 50 miles north of Kansas City, and we have an Air Force base just about 2 miles to the west of me, and they fly the C-130s and some other giant transport plane out there nonstop day and night, and they have for probably the last 20 years. So it's pretty common to see these things in the air, almost 24 hours a day. Well, about 2 weeks ago, I noticed that I was outside working on a car, and I noticed I hadn't heard these planes all day long. And my buddy was helping me. He thought that was kind of odd. I was like, dude, those things are usually flying all day on a Saturday, but, whatever. Well, that night, it was a nice night, and we decided to barbecue that night out on my deck. So we were out on, we were out on my deck there, had the barbecue going, and I see the C-130, just flying up there like it normally does. And when I say flying over, they're usually like nap of the earth. These guys are treetop level. Mm-hmm. But this guy was a little higher than normal. And I kind of looked at it first, and I thought it looked kind of odd. And something deployed off the bottom of this thing. And, it raced across the sky like just a streak of lightning. And my buddy Jeff was there. I said, did you just see that? And he's like, absolutely, I see that thing. So we just kind of watched him. It was literally like just a bolt of lightning shooting across the sky, and it went probably, I don't know, maybe 100 miles to the east of us, made a complete 90-degree turn, flew directly back over top of us, and as it went over, you could not hear a sound. It was absolutely silent. So I'm scrambling to go get a cell phone or something. I'm going to videotape this thing. And by the time I get back up there, nothing, gone, dead silence. I thought, shit, I was like, man, I missed it. It was my opportunity, So we went back to talking about it and back to barbecuing. And about 30 minutes later, here this thing comes again. I don't know how long it's flown around. It was probably flown for, probably at least an hour, I'm guessing. It was probably traveling somewhere upwards of 4,000 to 5,000 miles an hour. It looked like a streak of lightning, but it was absolutely silent. So I was like, you know what? I've got a buddy of mine that lives right up the street here. He works over there at that air base. I'm going to go up and knock on his door and ask him exactly, what in the heck they got going on over there. So we hopped around the fence and headed up the street. It was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. It wasn't no big deal. I bang on the door, and the guy comes out and start talking to him. I'm like, hey, dude, I need you to come out here for a second. I want you to see this thing flying around up here. He said, nope, I got to go back inside. I said, what do you mean? He said, I am not allowed to talk about that in any way, shape, or form. I said, well, what the hell is that? Is that a plane? Is that? He said, that is something that I'm not allowed to discuss with you. I was like, okay. I mean, this guy's been my neighbor for 20 years, which I thought that was kind of odd. So I just kind of dismissed it and went back down the hill, grumbling, whatever, dude. So a couple of days later, I happened to be out in the front yard, and he came down and talked to me, and he just, he told me, he's like, man, I apologize. He said, all I can tell you is that there were people from Andrews Air Force Base on our base with some type of experimental thing. He said, I'm not going to tell you it was a plane, a craft, or what it was. He said, I'm just going to tell you it was a thing. And we were basically just told to look the other way. It didn't happen. We didn't want to know anything about it. And I was like, well, was it a winged aircraft? He said, I can't tell you exactly what it was. He said, all I can tell you was that they had determined that the place to test it would have been this area because the people who live here were so used to seeing these planes, it would be like, nobody would pay any attention to it. And I was like, oh, I certainly paid attention to it,
Wow.
I said, well, I told him, I said, just fill me in if you hear something else about it. I said, I'm kind of curious what it was because I'm a pretty avid UFO guy, I told him, I was like, you think it was ours or you think it was, he said, all I can tell you is, he said, whatever that thing is made out of, he said, it ain't metal. I said, what do you mean it ain't metal? He said, one minute you'll look at it and it'll be kind of a silver black color. And he said, the next minute you'll look at it and it's the shiniest mirror you've ever seen. He said, so whatever material that thing is made of, he says, definitely not, like normal steel. Which I found pretty interesting, You don't expect to see that right in the middle of, the Midwest, but it's definitely going on.
It looked like it morphed or it came invisible.
Exactly.
Or, what I'm saying?
Kind of an amorphous material is basically the way I understood it to be. So,
wow. And
it kind of reminded me, I had listened to an old Art Bell episode years ago. I listened to that David Adair talk about, something to that effect, that he had seen an engine in a craft, and that was what it was. The skin of it was like an amorphous type material. It would change based on, heat signatures and that type of thing. That's the first thing it reminded me of when he started telling me about it, and I was like, holy moly, here I am, seeing something like this. That's pretty amazing. But if I see it again, I assure you, I'm going to have camera in hand, and it's going to be captured. So
right now, you just have to be careful because since you called us, I would keep a lookout in the front of your yard for any white vehicles or black ones.
This is middle America right here, and I'm a pretty avid hunter. I'm pretty sure I'm probably on some watch list anyway with the amount of firearms I own, so I'm not worried about it.
Right on, dude. Well, hey, Dagger, I appreciate you calling us, and thank you for watching us, too. I mean, people like you with stories.
Hey, you guys got a great show, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, well, hey, you call me anytime you have another sighting, all right?
Will do. Appreciate
right on,
guys.
dude.
Have a good night.
Thank you. See ya.
Man.
And that's what it's all about right there, guys.
So this thing took off of a C-130.
Right.
Like it was on it.
It was at the very bottom, and no sound. That right there just blew me away. So what could be? It's obviously a new technology that we have that has no sound to it.
See that goes back to like when we were talking to James Fox, and he didn't want to admit that we have stuff,
right?
That could do. He wants it to be all alien.
He wants to be all aliens, but
we have some stuff.
Well, I believe we have the stuff because we have the alien stuff.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's why. Alan and I talk about all kinds of stuff. And it's like, okay, we are at 2015 right now, right?
Right.
What year were we using carriages and horses and buggies and 1900s? Earlier than that?
Yeah.
Okay, so in 100 years, we have come so far in technology, right?
Wireless.
You know,
Check this
we're
out.
talking
wireless.
Okay, it's like
wireless.
Think about that, you guys.
Wireless mics.
You know, cell phone. I mean,
they could turn your car off when you're driving down the road.
Just think about that. How far we have come in the technology.
And we're, a lot of this technology that we're using, the cell phones, like your GPS and stuff like that.
Right.
All that is old military, especially the GPS. I mean, I was reading about that the military had the GPS for 40 years, and it's old satellites that they're not using anymore. And then they said, okay, you guys could use it.
Right.
And then now we have it, and they have tractors in Middle America that they really don't even need a driver. They just turn on the GPS and give it the parameters of the field, and set the marks. Like this is the field, and then it'll go along and harvest everything. I mean, they have a driver sitting in it, but he's sitting there sleeping.
Air conditioned with an AM, FM, CD, Series XM radio, and I mean, seriously, we're not messing with you guys. Okay,
it's the technology is so advanced. Just for us, can you imagine what they have now? Some things that fly around like that, call. I mean, like it doesn't make a sound, or it's a mile wide, or
Right.
But we don't know.
Right. Okay. Danny made it to his destination of Las Vegas, and all I have to say is, you suck. Here we go, Danny. We're gonna call Danny right now. Why is he gonna have women in his room and party?
I thought about turning on to some connections, but if I can't go, I'm not turning them on. To any connections over there. You say VIP.
Right now he's at the card table. Foo, you just told me to call you. Answer it.
He's like, man, I just won. Hold on. No.
Aren't you gonna answer?
Jackpot.
Hey, I'm calling you, Foo. You told me to call him.
Your call has been forwarded to an auto.
Yeah, he's at the slot machines right now, or on the table. Hey, Foo, you just told me to call you after this caller. I just did. He's probably in the bathroom.
He lost his signal. The hotels, jammed his signal.
I just called you, Foo. Okay, I'm texting him right now. Foo, called you. Okay, well, we'll try Danny right now. What do we have now? Oh my gosh.
I actually think that I think we're at the end. We're at the end game now. And we do have alien technology, but I have a feeling that a lot of big things is going to happen this year. I believe it's this year.
Think so?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still don't know about whatever's coming in to our system because.
So you think you mean planet or
something? Okay. I mean,
no. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Yesterday morning and the day before yesterday and the day before yesterday, here in California. And Wyatt Rabbit, one of our followers, it didn't ring. Really? Danny just sent me a message. It didn't ring. It went to voicemail, dude.
Yeah, it did.
It went to voicemail. Do I have the 155 that? Oh, maybe it's because no, yeah, it was, dude. Okay, I'm trying it again. That they've been chemtrailing right over the mountains when the sun is coming up. So if you're trying to look at the sunrise between 8 and 10 o'clock, you can't because of all the chemtrails. And then I'm going to myself, are they trying to cover up something that they don't want us to see? And it's only visible at that time of the day?
So you're the only one that I ever heard bring that up. That they're like, they're modifying the weather, which they probably are. But at the same time, they could be hiding something. And I mean, like right now, if you go outside in Central California right now, it's a mix of clouds and these trails. And I mean, it was sunny and beautiful and bright this morning, and now it's like a weird, overcast, chemtraily weird day.
You know what? I was telling mountains when the sun is coming up. What the heck was that? I'm going to call Danny. I was calling a different number for some reason, and I don't know why. But
or you're calling his home number?
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was doing. Because I have it programmed, this number to call him on. Ding dong. So what? Caesar's Palace? Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Get it figured out yet?
Yeah, well, I was calling the other number, and that's your house number, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I ain't there.
Shut up. I ain't there. Oh, you
Did somebody
killing-
answer?
No, actually,
Yeah,
yes.
they did, yeah.
It was a girl. Is Trevin by him? Is Trevin by himself?
Yep.
Dude, has a
Probably having
girl.
a party.
He has a girl over, dude.
Oh, man. He's not nobody's home.
So you are in Vegas. You suck. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
About 80 degrees. It's really windy here.
Really?
Pretty nice.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, horrible.
So, you are there because your wife is at a conference. Is that correct?
No, this is for Trevin.
Oh,
Yeah, Monster Jam World Finals.
Monster Jam World Finals.
3-day event.
3 days. When did it start?
It starts on Thursday.
Oh,
But we're going to play till then.
you suck.
Hey, happy anniversary to you and Socks.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And
Yeah.
that's another reason we're here, too, because my wife and I are celebrating our 25th on Tuesday.
Wow,
are you really?
sweet, man. Congratulations.
Wow. 25? She stood with you.
25.
She stood with you that long?
Yeah.
You better give her
Get the
some.
medal.
Oh, wait. At 25, what do you get her?
I don't know.
A vacation in Vegas.
No, isn't it like a silver plate, something silver or gold, or is it, every 5 years it's something like that, isn't it?
I don't know. You can't ask dudes that. We don't know.
Danny, you should know.
Diamonds,
You know
I think
everything.
it is. It's diamonds, he said.
Oh,
She said.
I don't think so. I'm going to have to verify that.
It might be. It might be 25. Might be.
Oh no,
diamonds.
no! Trust me, they know. If it's diamonds, it's diamonds, dude. You better have some freaking diamonds.
My wife would say,
You know what?
Diamonds every time.
Caesar's Palace is just down the street.
We'll stay away from that place.
Well, my wife will tell you it's diamonds like every anniversary.
Every anniversary.
Yeah, it's always diamonds.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
What is it at 7 years?
Oh, God,
diamonds.
that was funny.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. She said diamonds in the background. That's funny. Oh, my God, that's funny. All right, we are with Danny Beldrama, our Squatch reporter for today's date, which is, I believe, the 22nd. And let me go ahead and go to the pictures for Danny. Danny sent me over some pictures. And for those who are watching us or listening to us at Art Bell, he sent them over to the Art Bell people, Keith, and he placed them on the homepage, marked Sasquatch Paranormal Central something. Paranormal Central.
Paranormal Central Bigfoot Report.
There you go.
Yeah.
And is labeled with today's date. So you can go there if you're listening to us at Dark Matter. Just switch over to the homepage and you can see the pictures that we're going to be looking at one at a time. And right now I'm going to put up the first one Danny sent me. And we are going to show them to you right now. And we are there. Go for it, Danny.
What the
All
heck?
right. This first one's from the National Geographic page.
It would
Jerry
be.
Arnold wrote this. It's that teddy bear looking thing.
What? Wait. What teddy bear looking thing?
I'm
I
looking
see
at
I
some
see a
nude
person
boy.
walking on all fours.
Yeah.
No, that's
See-
the last picture. I
well-
had to send it separately because it wouldn't go.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't my fault this time. So we're talking about the teddy bear looking thing. Oh, that thing. Okay. There it is.
Everybody's probably seen this on all the,
Yep, there it is.
Oh, on
all the
Facebook.
forums.
Go for it. You got it.
Just about every page. I think even you posted it
Mm-hmm.
on March 19th. It's called the Ili Pika, and it lives in China's Tianshan Mountains. And it's called one of the world's longest games of hide and seek. And that's just one of them. It's not the oldest, because that one started in 1967. And it's still going for Bigfoot. And this one's only been going since 1983. And this little critter here, it's a teddy bear face, has been a leading scientist in northwestern China since it was discovered by accident in 1983. It's been seen since then only a handful of times, and they think that there's only 29 live individuals that have been spotted. And even though only 29 have been spotted, they know absolutely nothing about it.
Right. So they have not they don't have a body.
They do.
Oh, they do.
In 1983, there was a scientist, and his name is Weidong Li. He was sent up to the mountains by the Chinese government, and he was sent there to as a government study to find natural resources and infectious disease. Something about infectious diseases. They sent him up in the mountains, and he came across this by accident with the other guys, and he captured it, and he brought it down, and he gave it to the Chinese government and their Academy of Sciences. But still thinking he thought it was a new species, and they couldn't confirm that it was a new species. So in 1985, he had to go back up, and he got another one, and that's how they were able to confirm that this is a new species. But we can't even get one.
Really?
Crazy.
Well, that's cool. Well, that's awesome. And everybody together.
Those don't look that smart. They look maybe like a dog, you know.
Yeah.
But when you see a Bigfoot, you're looking at some kind of human thing. You know, they're a lot smarter. I think.
This one's probably easier to hide too. They took a group of volunteers back up there in the mountains in 2014 to rediscover it. And while they were setting up camera traps, it popped out of the cliff face there, and it was staring at them. And that's the picture that you see there. That's the actual picture from the trip.
Very cool.
It was like, oh, look, they want my
8 inches
picture.
long.
I'll pose.
Like, what the hell is that? It's human.
About 8 inches long.
Oh, that's
big old
small.
bunny rabbit ears. Yeah.
Wow, 8 inches. That's not very big, dude.
It looks
That's
like
small.
a dog to me.
He said 8 inches. That big.
Oh, really?
8 inches long. That's not.
No wonder
And
they
he caught
never
it.
see it. You know?
What's that?
And he caught that thing too.
How in the heck did he do that?
By posing for a picture like that.
Flashed it, and all of a sudden it do a boing.
He's like everybody else. You put a picture in their or a camera in their face. They're like,
yeah. You know what? He probably freaked out because never seen a human his first time, and he's probably
Find
freaking
it
out.
with a flash.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, cool deal. All right, now let's go.
So if they can find that thing, I mean, we got to be able to find stuff there. I mean, they're still discovering new species up there, so.
Absolutely.
Everything hasn't been found.
No.
So there's still hope for us.
No, we all know Bigfoot's real. It's just that we need a body.
Yep.
We need a body, you guys. Simple as that, though. Okay. What's that?
There's too many reports of them.
Oh, heck yeah. By credible people, too. I mean, you can't tell me that these police officers, they're military personnel, and your doctors and your lawyers and your neighbors are witnessing, you know, these creatures bipedal, and you can't say it at all.
I came across a Bigfoot site, and it was all pretty much law enforcement, firefighters, forestry department, sheriffs, fish and game. It was all their reports.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It's
it was
like a
all
Facebook
them,
group.
and them telling about what happened to them after they reported it.
Oh, I would love to find that
Leave
one.
a link to that one.
I bet they were like, I bet they were getting in trouble. Like, you did not see that, you know.
Wow.
Yep, some were getting the psychic evaluations and all that stuff.
Whoa.
We're not happy campers.
No, see, and that goes in your record.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the one thing you don't want to have in your record if you're trying to move up in the whatever you're in the force. So that's why a lot of people don't talk about this stuff, you guys, because they make an example out of you. And just like Danny said, man, they'll put you in a psychiatric test, and then all of a sudden that's in your evaluation, and that's in your records, you guys. If you want to make
same with pilots. They don't say they saw a UFO.
Right.
You know, as soon as they land and they, you know, it's like, come in my office. You know, we need to talk to you about that crazy.
Right.
You know, you're going crazy.
Right. All right. What's the next picture?
That next picture is just a map of where it's found, and the upper green part, that little area, that's the only area that they found them so far.
Wow.
They think there's less than 2,000 still in existence. But 2,000 in that little area. So
right.
See, I love how they do that, you know. They only found one, they only seen 8, but they think there's 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how.
We probably have 2,000, but a lot bigger area to cover.
Right. Okay, what's next?
In 8 inches, you know, there could be 2,000 in an acre.
Okay, the Bigfoot
trailer. Yeah, this is Bigfoot property for sale for you guys.
I've been researching this.
This is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Go for it.
The home is 14 years old. It's a double wide trailer, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. They're selling it for $77,000.
Guaranteed.
It's on the Bigfoot.com page.
Guaranteed, you'll have a Bigfoot sighting. Guaranteed.
And this is Lori and Dustin Chandler, and they also including 6 acres for sale at $77,000. It's in Carroll County, Georgia, and they believe they share the property with a family of Bigfoot. And they've been there for about 2 years, the creatures, and they're about had enough. It's time to move on for them. So this is a work of fiction. It's not, and it's a story of true events. It's not a work of fiction, and it's the true events that have happened to them.
Are you all right, Danny?
What was that?
Yeah, I'm all right.
That sounded like it hurt a
Room
little bit.
service. The next picture is a footprint picture that they found on the property.
Okay. Did you read about the cameras that they put up? And they put 2 cameras looking at each other, because they were trying to get them with cameras, and finally they put 2 cameras aiming at each other, and then they had pictures, like 6 pictures at the same time on each camera, but they were blank.
Whoa.
Completely
And
blank.
she does claim that she has pictures of them.
Yeah, she said she does.
And I did contact her, but I haven't checked my email because I've been on the road. I asked her she said, if you send me a request for the pictures, I'll send them to you. So I don't know if she actually sent them yet.
Well, how did
I did send her a message.
is really?
Yeah.
Why hasn't anybody else tried that?
Probably they have.
So she doesn't. But how come we haven't seen the pictures then yet?
There is one included in this set here.
What's that?
But,
there's one.
There is one that I included.
Oh.
That we're going to get to.
Okay.
But this is a picture of the footprint that was found on the property, and they've been known to run up to their mobile home and slap the sides of it, hit the outside walls.
That's the same picture.
Yeah. We're still on it.
Oh. Okay.
And they'll run on the roof of it, and they'll knock and look into the windows, and they can hear them like chattering right outside the windows. And they'll hear the wood knocks, and they'll hear the wails in the forests. And they also believe one may have entered the house when they weren't there. So they said they've seen them, heard them, smelled them, and have numerous footprints and stick structures all over the place, but they've never been violent. And they're just tired and they want a Bigfoot-free life.
Wow. God, how come they haven't gotten any pictures, man?
They said they do.
Well, okay.
But the next picture,
okay,
the next picture is a picture of the one they call Vincent.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and.
I looked at some of their pictures. It's almost like the Where's Waldo thing again,
Yeah.
But
and that's where we're gonna get to on this one.
Okay.
And you have the picture up?
Yeah, picture's up. The one to the left of the tree.
This one is dead center.
Okay. I'm gonna circle it for you guys.
This is Vincent. This is a picture of Vincent.
Just roll in.
It takes a second to see it, but there's like a really dark spot on the right-hand side where it's dead center.
See,
and that's an eyeball.
Is it
and
that one or is it
the
that
next,
one?
Right to the left of that, there's another eyeball. It kind of has like a receding hairline. Has long hair, but a receding hairline.
Okay, I see. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna back out.
Kind of looks like a skull face.
Okay, it's white, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I see.
Roll
too.
in.
All right.
Roll in that. Close.
Okay.
They say this one was taken at about 120 feet away by a researcher from the Georgia Bigfoot Society. I don't know. It doesn't say that if he saw it when he took it or if he just saw it after. But the next picture has all the parts labeled on it, so if you can't see it on there, you should be able to see it with the next picture.
Yep.
Eyes, nose, mouth.
Right. I mean, that's what I saw before too. But, I mean, like Alan just said, where's Waldo type of deal,
Yeah. And if it is one, we always hear that they have no necks. We don't even see the body underneath the head there.
Right.
No body there. And if you don't know about pareidolia, you can go right underneath that picture there. Look to the left of it, and you'll see that face that I think you saw originally.
I saw. We'll go back. This
it kind of looks like Martin Luther King looking up to the sky.
Yep, right here. See that?
And that's what pareidolia is. Your
eye, nose, mouth, white face. See it? That's what I thought first, and then actually on the actual picture that we're supposed to be looking at, right in the dead center, right above it, I thought there's 2 eyes looking above that forehead. Or the head itself. So that's why I had to. And then look at right here. I see a bulldog.
Yeah, a little like Chihuahua.
Yeah, a little Chihuahua right there. See?
Whole family there.
Whole family. You got Martin Luther King, a Chihuahua, and a Bigfoot. What else do we see?
We're not making fun of them. That's just what pareidolia
yeah,
is. Your mind puts together for you.
Yeah, we need better pictures than this, guys, though.
That's why I requested them. I don't know if she sent any more over. Let's find out what's going on. But
okay.
Pretty weird. And with all their experiences there,
right?
They did write a book.
Cool.
They self-published it. It's called Visitors in the Twilight.
So that means they show up like right at dark or right at sunset, or right at like dawn or whatever.
Right. Huh. Interesting.
And you see now, like the further you are away from that one, you can see it better.
Yeah.
It almost looks a little bit retarded.
There's still no body underneath it.
Right. Still no body.
Right.
Well, I was looking at another one that I think it was the British guy, the one that the Nefertia or whatever. You know, the one that talks up in Canada. And
Mike.
It says Mike, but only they set a camera up, and it was actually like putting pictures on the camera, and they weren't taking the picture. And it had Bigfoot's, it was like taking a picture of its eye.
How am I supposed to respond back to that?
I don't know. It's the same as like they disappear, they glow their eyes red. I mean, there's something to them. Like somebody in chat was saying, is there more than one kind of Bigfoot? What do you think, Danny? Think there's more than one kind?
I think there is. Well, because of the reports, they come out as human. Some say that they look like a giant gorilla. So they do have different reports. So I think there is, depending on where you are in the world. I know the skunk apes are a lot smaller than the Pacific Northwest ones. So the skunk apes are about 5 or 6 feet tall, and the ones up here get about 9 feet, 10 feet.
Yeah, and if you go higher, they're even taller than that.
Yeah.
Like that guy Vic from Arizona. I won't say his name or anything, but he was putting, he has the same kind of thing with, he saw one, change his life. Mm-hmm. No more going in the woods like casually, just, walk in with your camera and no gun anymore, right? No more innocence.
Right.
When you go to the woods, you're serious because something can get you. But he was saying that they're inbred. Like even inbred with humans. So, and some of the ones that are inbred with the humans are mean. They're the mean ones. The ones that have more human, where they...
Right. The natural instinct is to kill.
Yeah, and they're smarter and they're meaner.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Let's go by that.
Last pictures to cover the book.
I was going to say, let's hope you get some pictures. More pictures anyways. All right, what's next?
All right, that last picture for that story is the picture of the book.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm showing the book right now.
So now they have drawings of the Bigfoot. I see.
Huh.
That's probably the best picture they could get. And they had to draw it.
Yeah.
We'll see. See if she answers.
So far, that's the best picture we could get. It's hard to get pictures of them.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's hope you get some good pictures. Okay, I got the gentleman and the two monkeys.
Yep, this is from the World Mysteries page. Justin Figueroa wrote an article on March 21st, and it's a story of 7 feral children and how they survived after being abandoned by their parents. And I only included 3 pictures, but they had a picture of each kid. And they found ways to survive with the help of certain animals, wild animals. And it's a story about how stunning the human brain is, and it can adapt to its environment. And you can learn a lot from reading or observing wild animals, but you can learn even more by living with them. And that's what they're trying to show you here. So, like, there's a kid named Bello in '96. He was found living with a family of chimpanzees in Nigeria, and he was only 2 years old when they found him. And they believe that his parents abandoned him because he had physical and mental disabilities, but he adapted to the chimpanzee way of life. And he was taken to an orphanage, and he was walking on his knuckles and dragging them on the floor, and he couldn't communicate with people, that he wasn't familiar with people. So that was pretty weird.
That's weird.
There's another one, Natasha. She was found in a filthy apartment in Siberia, and she was left there with her cats and dogs, and her dad left her, and she was about 5 years old. And she could only, when she was found, she was on all fours, and she could only bark. That's also the only way she could communicate. So they're trying to rehabilitate her. And there's another boy in Russia. His name is Ivan. And at the age of 4, he left his abusive home. He was always getting beat up, so he took off when he was 4. And he was begging on the streets, and he ran with a pack of dogs, and he shared his meals with them, and they protected him. And somebody found him after 2 years living on the street, and they discovered that he was the leader of the pack, and he barked and snarled when he was rescued. The dogs tried to protect him too, but they got him out of there and put him in a foster home. These are all weird stories, but there's another one, Vanya. She was found in a room full of birds at age 7. This was also in Russia. And her mother was raising her as if she was a bird intentionally. And she would communicate by chirping and flapping her arms. And she never spoke to another human. That's pretty strange.
Wow. Yeah.
And this is the picture that you have up now. I think that's the picture of him now, but at age 4, he witnessed his dad murder his mom, and he fled to Uganda at age 4. It doesn't say how, but he lived among these monkeys. They're brevet monkeys, and he lived with them for about 3 years. It's crazy.
Wow.
But, this is the same thing probably with the missing 411 books.
Mm-hmm.
Kids go in the forest and get lost and never found, and they find a group or animals to run with. And that could be, as they get older, that could be what we're seeing. So that's probably why people are reporting something that looks human sometimes and looks like a monkey or an ape other times.
Like
who knows? They could be out there still, but
a feral human.
Feral humans.
Yeah.
And this is another girl at age 3. The next picture is a picture of a girl at age 3. She was abandoned by her parents, and she was found in a dog kennel that she was using as shelter, living with dogs for about 5 years. And then a neighbor happened to see her over the fence and called authorities, and she would only bark too, and she'd walk like a dog. That's what I think the picture is showing her.
Yeah, I'm all out of. Well, I was putting up the pictures, and I thought that you were talking about these pictures, so they're not in order anymore.
Okay.
So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No problem. The last one is that very first picture that you showed.
Yeah.
This one here.
With no clothes on.
Right.
His name is Daniel, and he was found in the Andes Mountains. He's known as the Goat Boy. At age 12, he was found living in Peru in the mountains with goats, and he survived with them for 8 years. He drank the goat's milk, and he ate berries and roots, and they named him Daniel because they didn't know what his name was, but he couldn't communicate with them at all. But he walked on all fours, and he communicated with the goats in the herd. The noises that he made, the goats would respond to him whenever. So he learned how to talk like a goat.
Wow.
Pretty weird.
He's
So
like,
it is possible for maybe these kids aren't lost. They're still out there.
That would be wishful thinking. I mean, a lot of families hope that their kids are still alive, but
Kids right for 8 years.
Yeah, but this is where was this one lost?
That was in the Andes.
In the Andes, yeah, that's different because you have animals like apes and gorillas and monkeys who possibly maybe can take you in, but not in the Sierras or,
He was with goats.
Yeah.
He could hang with a deer or a wolf pack or a coyote pack.
Yeah, depending on what group you hang with,
right.
they'll protect you.
Huh.
Pretty weird. But
don't get
that's
lost.
Probably why so many different reports of different looking Bigfoot.
Could be. So, all right. So, what are you doing today after we talked to you?
Well, now we got checked in. We're gonna go eat somewhere.
Okay.
Where are we at?
All right. So, All right.
You
Well,
get into trouble.
yeah, I bet. So
just watch out for the street people.
So who's there? Who's there with you?
The whole family.
Oh.
Like, my 2 boys and my wife.
Oh, right on. Okay.
What's left of our family.
Oh yeah.
The daughter's all married.
Married. So.
She's married. Moving to New Orleans or to Louisiana.
Louisiana. Wow. Well, that's a cool place to go.
Yep.
That's like right over there by that Bigfoot thing. Maybe they should buy it.
Yeah.
Buy the Bigfoot trailer.
That would be Danny's second home on vacation.
Yep. 11 weeks of vacation will be there.
11 weeks? God, you suck. All right, Danny, you go and have fun, and we'll talk to you next week, all right?
Right.
Don't get into
Danny.
trouble.
Don't worry about me.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
All right, dude. See ya.
All right, thank you, guys.
See ya.
Bye, Danny.
Bye. All right, that was Mr. Danny Valderrama, our Squatch reporter, who's on vacation again.
Yeah, man. That is, he does have the coolest vacations, though.
You know,
comes back with good pictures.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, right on. Okay, let's continue on. And again, since we don't have Heidi, let me go back into our photographs. I'm pretty sure that I have a couple more that I haven't showed you. Yes, I got a photograph sent to me, and it was from a friend who. She sent it to me, and it was their sister's boyfriend, and they were in the house, and he said the dogs were barking in the corner. He said he didn't see anything, but they just kept barking, barking, and barking, so he took a photograph. And this is the photograph that he took. See this right here. Now, I don't know how close, I can't move it or anything like that, but
I think you can. I think you can grab it. See the hand? You can grab the picture and move it around. Should be
actually I can move it up and down, but okay. Well, there you go. That's what I wanted you to see here. Anyways, you see this right here? I see when I think of the head, the 2 eyes is white, the mouth, possibly the hand. And I'm gonna go up, and the legs are down there, and the feet. But that's what he captured. He didn't see it because it was nighttime, so he took a photograph with his phone. I'm thinking cell phone because she sent it to me. But there you go. I think that's just creepy. If you see what I see. You guys see what I see? I want to bring down the head a little bit. There. Circling the head. All right. This, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But I don't think this, I don't think you can fake this. It's not like an app, ghost app that you can place in there. Yeah, creepy. And I believe this is in Fresno, California, folks. So.
Really?
Yep.
In Fresno.
In Fresno.
Same with the rocket. The rocket was in Fresno too.
Oh yeah, Fresno was a rocket. All these things are in Fresno. That's why we are doing this, you guys, because this is Paranormal Central.
Yep.
No questions about it. We got evil, shadow people. We got ghosts. We got UFOs. We got Bigfoot, conspiracy theories. I mean, what else do you want, guys? That's why I'm doing this. All right. Okay. And we're getting a call. This one is from northern Los Angeles. Hello, you're on Paranormal Central.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Who's this?
This is Tony.
Hey, Tony, what's up?
Well, I had an opinion I had to share with you, and I had to see what you were going to respond back with, because it's kind of it's been conflicting me. You brought up the Bigfoot wood pieces a couple weeks ago, right?
The firewood.
Oh, yeah, the pieces that we just showed today.
Yeah, and you know, you claim that you make the claim that it's a Bigfoot, but the thing is, no hominid could put wood in their hand and climb a tree at the same time. I don't care how thin the tree is with no branches.
Okay.
It makes no sense.
Well,
so I'm trying to
sure,
understand where you're coming from, trying to say it's a Bigfoot, or even if it's just a person. You know, at the very least, they're going to have to have both arms available.
I got a point.
Yeah,
he's got a point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay. So let's take it even further. Then it's not a Bigfoot. All right. Then what would take these
That's
pieces of...
exactly what I was hoping you'd say.
Then,
because it's more of a paranormal thing than it is, I would say, than a like, you know, having to do with a you know, a biped.
Right.
You know.
Well, I mean, see, when we go to this spot, that's the only thing we know that's there is the Bigfoot. So
we get lights in the middle of the
yeah,
night.
there are
what they call, what David was calling them, wood fairies or something like that.
Okay. So okay, well, I mean, you know what, your point is well taken. Let's consider that. And you're right. If a Bigfoot were to climb that tree, how could a Bigfoot take up a piece of firewood? Good question.
Yeah.
And
that's all. I just had to call and I had to share that with you, and then, you know, I'll take any answers you wish off the air.
All right. Thanks. Hey, appreciate your comment. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya. Yeah. You know what? Good point. Now let's think about that. All right. You know, the distance between the base of the tree and the very first limb is probably 15, 20 feet. All right, according to Trevin's size and when we were there. So if a juvenile were to climb that, yeah, well, I mean, you know what? I never even thought about that. How would a Bigfoot take up a piece of firewood? Underneath the arm? Now, the way I'm thinking of a Bigfoot, the way it climbs its trees, is it uses feet. It's not like it's going to grab around the base of the trunk and then try to scroll up. I think it uses its feet, and it could use one hand to pull itself up and move its feet up. You know, I'm thinking a monkey. I'm thinking how a chimp would climb a tree, and they do it with ease.
Well, I read a Bigfoot report where the guy shot a Bigfoot.
Okay.
And it was a good size one that he shot, and then another one came out that, you know, there was two of them, and the other one stepped out and looked at the guy with the gun, and there was a cliff. And he dropped the Bigfoot right at the bottom of this cliff. And the Bigfoot that was, you know, he didn't shoot, took a really good look at him, and then picked up the one that he shot. No. And was holding it under its arm like that.
See, and that's what I was going to say.
And then it went right straight up the cliff face.
Okay.
And he doesn't even know how it did it, but only there was blood in the snow. There was blood all over the side of the cliff face, but you know, and then he tried to tell the ranger. You know, he called the
right. Who are you going to call?
Yeah. And the ranger was kind of mad because it was Thanksgiving.
Oh, so we got him out of his Thanksgiving meal.
And then you know, he's like, well, and he was chewing the guy out, and then he's like, well, it's Thanksgiving, you know, and he says, well, you could go home if you want. You don't have to take the report. He's like, no, you got me out here, you know, let's go look. And then when they got out there, you know, there's this big, huge blood handprint on the cliff, but that was their conundrum. The guy that even saw it happen didn't know how it could do it with one hand, you know, climb the cliff with one hand and carrying a full-size Bigfoot.
Right.
Up the side of a straight-up cliff.
Right. And if it was, you know, food, you know, the story that I had a couple of weeks ago about these Bigfoots running and having a pig over the shoulder and running. Obviously, you can't put a piece of wood over the shoulder, but can you put a piece of wood underneath your armpit and then climb like this? Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I could gaff. I mean, if you would, the size of those pieces of firewood, if matter of fact, next time we are up, I'm going to gaff and I'm going to put a piece of firewood underneath my armpit, and I'm gonna gaff. You know, obviously I've got the belt to help. No, I won't have the belt. I know it's you can't compare what I'm going to do to a monkey or whatever, but I'm going to see if I can do it. And I'm going to tell you right now, I probably can put a piece of wood, you know, a 2-foot piece of wood underneath my armpit, and then, you know, clamp on it, and then gaff and go up this way. Yes, I think I can do it.
And then there's one other one, is the natives tell me here when they would steal the kids and the young women,
right,
they would be up in a tree, and that's where they ate them.
Right, and
So
I was going to go there too.
They carried the person up in the tree.
Now,
up to the tree.
Right now, if the very first, and I don't think he likes to go back to this, but the very first interview we did with David Pilates, I happened to have extracted a case story from him that he probably has never ever talked about ever again.
We have that on YouTube.
We have that on YouTube, you guys, about a Bigfoot, about a Bigfoot taking a little boy, a family seeing the little boy over the shoulders of a Bigfoot and walking off. We actually talked about that on the very first interview with David Pilates. And I don't think he talks about that anymore because, you know, he's trying not to put an answer or a theory in your head. You're supposed to read his books and read the evidence, and then you're supposed to decide what happened to the person in question, the missing person. But he, and I don't know how it happened, he just told us, I think we were in the groove, and he told us about one particular case about a Bigfoot, and you know, it was very, very intense moment when that happened many years ago, and it is saved, archived on the YouTube Paranormal Central channel. So all those who want to go and listen to that, actually watch it, because it's an actual. We were in the other studio when that happened.
I think it's 3 hours too.
It's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually get that coming out of David Pilates' mouth. And again, though, we're not trying to say all of the missing people were because of Bigfoot's taking them. It's just that this case, he was able to distinguish what a family saw happen to this particular family. And it was heartbroken when he was saying it, because I was thinking about my son, and I got actually choked up a little bit. I remember during this particular moment when he talked about, you know, the child and what happened to him. So if you guys really want to listen to this, and if you guys have children, I guarantee you it's not going to be something that you want to hear. But if a family actually, you know, tells you what happened and this is what they saw, and it's heartbroken, because you're going, oh my God, you know, a Bigfoot took somebody's child. How do you live like that for the rest of your life, thinking what happened to him?
Especially when you talk to the other family
that saw
the Bigfoot running away with the kid,
right?
You know, and
that's and that's why and this is not the first time I tell you guys, if you guys go camping, I don't care where in the mountains, you keep your kids close by, because we're not talking only Bigfoot. There are bears, mountain lions, bobcats. They're hungry. There's no water, especially up here in the California mountains. They're going to take whatever they can get right now. And that includes little boys and little girls and dogs and cats. Yeah, depending on the size of the adult. So you guys need to be careful, because it's, you know, as a matter of fact, there was it was in California, I think, where a military base cut off the hiking because there were people being attacked, but they didn't say by what. If anybody remembers that story, it was all over Facebook, and you know, people were trying to. No, it was on the news.
It was on the news.
It was on the frickin' news, and the news was not saying why the military were now putting a stop to people hiking this trail, because people were getting attacked, and they didn't say by what. And people were going missing, and they didn't say by what, so they completely put a block on that trail. And yeah, you're right, it was on the frickin' news. Okay, wow. Yeah, okay, you guys. So people are going missing all the time. You know what's weird though is, you know, we live in Fresno, California, and I know I watch the news just like everybody else. And I remember 3 years ago, I would hear, mostly during the summertime, but not necessarily only summer, that I would hear person going missing, or a camper not coming home, or a hiker not making it home, and search party out, and a search party out, left and right. This was happening all the time. And once in a while, you would get a report, breaking news, they just found John. Okay, but what about the other 6, 7 people that went missing last week? Nothing. Nothing at all. No trace. Gone forever. And
that's the ones that David Paulides likes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know, the dogs won't track it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can't pick up a scent. Nobody knew where it went. It has to be like certain parameters.
Right.
And that's the ones he takes.
You know, if you guys, there are two. We did 2 interviews with David Paulides, and they're both on our Paranormal Central YouTube.
We're gonna do another one.
Oh, this is gonna be for the TV show, though. We're gonna bring him in for the TV show, and I hope he's listening. Just trust me, a little bit, and we'll get you into Fresno, California, to do a TV episode for us. And yeah, for those who really want to get spooked out, go and watch these 2 episodes. David Paulides, and they're on the Paranormal Central YouTube after the show tonight. If you don't want to go to sleep tonight and be scared, or you really want to get scared about going camping next time, then watch both of these videos. It's going to change your whole opinion on camping and hiking by yourself even. All right? If you guys are avid hikers or campers or like to ride your bike up in the trails of the foothills or the mountains, I suggest you go and watch both these videos on David Paulides that we did several years ago. They're going to change your whole attitude about what you do up in the mountains. Guarantee it. It'll freak you out. It freaked me out. It freaked me out so bad that when we go camping, and we go camping with the family. Okay, we have a 5th wheel, and we go camping where there are no other campers. Okay, no camping sites. We go pull in someplace and we park it, and this is where we stay. I do not let my sons out of my sight within 5 feet. If they want to play, I am outside and I am watching them. Of course, we have a teenager. He's inside playing video games, but my other one, Christian, who's 9, there's no way I will let him ride his bike or go do anything without me being present. Because those 2 interviews changed my life completely and scared the crap out of me.
See, that's kind of how I am when I saw the Bigfoot. Now you have to know that the area that I saw the Bigfoot, I can't remember when we started going in that area. You know what I mean? Like when I was a baby and my parents took us to this area, and I mean like playpen. So I grew up running around in this area, and I remember, you know, like 7 or 8, 9 years old, that I would be then I would be tracking things. And you know, they would show me, like they would want me to identify tracks. They would tell me like, what's this, what's that, you know. So I would be out wandering around all by myself, following creeks with a little fishing pole and a can of eggs, and learning my tracking and which way did the animal go, how long ago was it there, and things were happening all the time around me, and I didn't know what it was. You know what I mean? And like,
so you felt something, or you saw things that weren't normal,
well,
or
I would
not normal?
hear things, and like things like you know, like how we're out there and something gets thrown at you.
Can people hear that? The jet's taking off?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're pretty far away from the 144th Fresno Airport, but that's what those are.
About 4 miles away.
Yeah, jets taking off.
But I, you know, things would get thrown at me, and then I would just rack it up as it fell out of the tree. A squirrel, you know, a pine cone, a this, a that. There was times when I would be so afraid that I thought, you know, that I wanted to run, but then I would rationalize with myself that, you know, there's nothing here. You know, you could look around, there's nothing. Then I saw Bigfoot. I don't wander around anymore now, and I'm a full adult now. I mean, I used to play this game where I'd go out of the camp, like say the north of the camp, and then go 300 or 400 or 500 yards away, and then try to come back in on the south side of the camp without seeing the camp. You know what I mean? Using your compass and everything. And I used to do that all the time. That Bigfoot could have ate me. after I saw him, then now, as an adult, I didn't go back for a long time because of how fast, and then it brought back memories of all those things that happened when I was wandering around.
Right.
Then I knew what it was.
Right.
All of a sudden I knew what it was.
Right.
And then it even confirms it even more when we're out now in the area, in the spot, in places. Because those same things, the Bigfoots are doing them, only this time I know what they are. And, oh, man, dude.
Hey, I just got an email from a John Borzen. John, if you want to call in and talk about your experience in Yosemite, that would be awesome. Our 24-hour hotline is 559-287-8367. And if anybody wants to write this down, you can. This is my 24-hour UFO hotline. Actually, it used to be a UFO hotline, but it's a paranormal hotline now. We get calls on this all the time. Try to call me during the non-sleep hours. All right, I would really appreciate it. But if you're witnessing something that is just unbelievable, then you can call me in the wee hours. But John, do me a favor and call me right now if you can. Let me give you that number one more time if you missed it. It's 559-287-8367. 287-8367. The last four numbers represent the letters UFOS. I've had that number now going on over 10 years, guys. And I get calls from the law enforcement here, Fresno PD, Clovis PD. I've gotten numbers from calls from a couple of congressmen before, the news media.
All around the United States.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. So, John, give me a call, man. Really appreciate it. Give me a call. John,
that call from that guy that said he shot the Bigfoot, and
if John didn't call right now, let's just call him out of the blue. We'll call a guy from Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's the guy that we were talking about last week, guys. That he claims that when he called in, I gave the phone number to Alan because I was busy with the computer, Anyways,
it was the computer.
And Alan talked to him for a while. Then I talked to him about him shooting a Bigfoot. We're gonna call him right now if this guy John does not call us within the next couple of minutes. John Borzen, call me please on 559-287-8367. He had an experience in Yosemite, and he does not go hiking by himself no more, because whatever really scared him that bad, and I don't think he's going to call. Let me just go ahead and read you what he said. He says, "Hello, I completely believe your experiences in Fresno and surrounding areas, including Yosemite. Many years ago, hiking in Yosemite, it was a very frightening experience. On one of my hiking trips in the park, also, I am sure I heard a Bigfoot not far from Durango-Silverton rail line. After these experiences, I no longer hike in the wilderness nor camp anymore." Wow. You can email or phone me. Keep up the good work. Okay. And that was his story, basically. So, there's a lot of people who have had experiences. Apparently, this guy completely scared out of his wits, and he will not go back anymore. So,
man, that had to be a good one.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's call that guy from Pennsylvania and see if he's still alive.
That's a good question, because he thought he was gonna die.
Yeah.
Jeff, tell him you're gonna die for sure.
Why?
Man.
Because you shot a Bigfoot, dude.
Yeah, you're dead tonight.
And he went, "What?" He started to cry. "Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to scare you that much, but you're gonna die." Pennsylvania, where are you?
Sorry for the guy, man. I know, huh? How many calls you get on there? Look how many he has to scroll for it.
Missouri.
You see that?
North Bay, Pomona, San Francisco, Ontario, Canada, Clovis, Columbus, Ohio, Columbus, Hayes, Kansas. No, here it is, Pennsylvania, USA.
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember his name?
No.
Here we go.
Oh man, I can't remember anything.
No, okay. He does not know we are calling him live.
Man, watch him not answer the phone because he's dead.
Oh shit.
Hi, you've reached Kate and Jeff.
Okay. Well, got a voicemail. So he didn't answer. So okay. So I don't know. I don't know. Too bad. I wanted him to answer that phone so we could talk to him some more about his experience. So all right, let me. I have one more picture to show you really quick. You know, there are a lot of movie stars, actors, I guess you would say, that I would love to get on my TV show once we successfully sign. And you know what? Let's talk about that a little bit before we go any further. You know, a lot of people are tripping out about the Fox Network thing. And a lot of people are tripping out because how it's happening, it's weird. And I'm going to tell you why it's weird.
It's paranormal.
It's supernatural. It's not supposed to be happening. But
it really is, yeah.
You know, a couple of years ago, we took the general manager, Jack Peck, here in Fresno, California, actually one episode. And he liked it. And it wasn't done really well. I mean, it was okay. And he says, "Oh man, this I'll air this," and he did. He aired it on the Fox Network and the CW. And the reason why is because the company that owns both both networks here, both TV channels are owned by the same network. So he actually tried it. He put it on on a Friday at 11:30, and then the following Friday he put it at 11 o'clock. And so I said, wow, he played it for us, and he didn't charge us or anything. He just wanted to test us out. So he said, you know what, you guys really ought to go shoot some more. So that's when we went, and I decided to say, you know what, let's put on a big production in front of a live studio audience, and we rented out the Crest Theater in downtown Fresno and shot 3 episodes. And then we took him one of those, and he went, whoa. And he was freaking out because, you know, it turned out way better than I thought it was going to turn out. And he was freaking out. Yeah. And so, and you know, he made the comments that, man, you know, I could see this on TV right up there with the regular late night, like Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel. That came out of his freaking mouth.
That's supernatural.
That
for sure.
I freaked. So I said, okay, cool. So I said to myself, well, then I asked him, if we brought you some more episodes done correctly, would you air them? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, done. So it took me a while, obviously, because I'm financing all this by myself, and I had to find a production company. I had to build a set, had a set built, because obviously we can't rent out the Crest Theater every time we shoot an episode. Oh my God, I'd go broke in a heartbeat. So I found a location. We had a set built. And it's what you're seeing right now is where we shoot where we shoot the TV and we do the live.
There's 2 sets.
Yeah, there's 2 sets.
There's this set, and then there's the other set.
Right. And so
you can't see the other set. Of course, you're seeing this set.
So what we did is I found a killer production company, and they came in and we shot a mock pilot on the new set before it was the set. And then we had a meeting with Jack Peck, and we went and sat down and showed it to him. And he was quiet, and he goes, how many episodes did I said that you were going to give me, Jeff? And I think I said 6. And I said, that ain't going to do it. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, I want 26. And I went,
26.
In Allen and in Orlando and Phillip, we're sitting there, and we all went, huh?
26.
He goes, I want 26. He goes, if you give me 6 episodes, that's really not going to do me any good.
Yeah, he goes, I'm going to play him for 52 weeks.
You know,
we're like 52 weeks.
So he's going to play this. He's going to play the episode double. So maybe he's going to put it on the CW too. I don't know. That would be cool. I'm not going to say what he can do because I don't know. But so that's where. So he said, yeah, I want 26 episodes. So right now, I mean, for all those who are listening, if you are networks and production companies, whatever, there's no contract signed between him and us right now. But he's still going to air them for free, and he's given us half the commercials. And I'm hoping he's going to put us at a really good time flight, because what he saw on the newest pilot episode, it's some good stuff. It's some really good stuff, guys, and I think it's going to do really well. So,
and the sad part is, it was dated, so we had to do it again.
Okay, so right now, our intentions is finding a home. People think we found a home on the Fox Network. No, not really. Technically, it's not really a set home because there's no contract signed. Yet he's still going to air the episodes. I mean, Alan is talking to people. I'm talking to people, and they're going, so where's the contract? I mean, there is no contract. Well, then how in the heck is he going to play those episodes? Well, he is.
What they say is
that doesn't happen.
it's not the channels, the proper channels that you go through to get a TV show on the air. I mean, you go a whole different route.
Oh, yeah.
This one's supernatural. So, you know, when you have like supernatural things on your side, the paranormal, it doesn't go normal. It goes paranormal.
So,
you know? Yeah.
so that's where we stand right now. And because a lot of people are tripping out that there is no contract signed, but yet, you know, we are going to be played on the Fox network down here and probably the affiliate in Los Angeles, and they're not going to charge us anything, and they're going to put it on. Why? I think they're testing the product out is what I think they're going to do. But why would he ask for 26? Because okay, so that's where we're at right now. So all those people who are like freaking out and thinking that we're still looking for a deal. I mean, when I say deal, I mean we're looking for help. I mean, we have a product. We have something here that's awesome, guys, and we want it to go on TV. Obviously, the Fox network here in Fresno is giving us a chance. And I think what the manager might have something up his sleeve. I don't know. He might be thinking
That's
about
a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, he might be taking it up to Sinclair Broadcasting in Texas and say, "Hey, you guys better see this." So at this
after he has enough on the air, he'll be going, "Look at what they're doing."
Right. So
I don't know why they don't do that with the internet show, because the internet show's not going anywhere, and it's pretty good. You know, I mean, even though we're a lot more laid back and we go in depth a whole lot more because there's more time.
Right.
You know, on the TV show, it's like what was it?
44 minutes, man. Anyway, it's going by.
It was
quick.
Like, how long is this segment? 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Like 6 minutes.
7.5 minutes. 6 minutes.
6
5
minutes,
and a half.
that's it. You know, that's not enough time.
Yeah, the closing is 3.5 minutes. The opening is 6 minutes. Really? So that's why the episodes went extremely fast. And just like when you watch late night and with your favorite talk show host like Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, you know, time.
It goes quick.
It goes quick. They have probably their guest on there for 2 segments at the least. And that's it. So we're talking 14 minutes. They're talking with Tom Hanks or you know, anybody like that. They're only talking to him for a short amount of time. Not us here on this episode, because depending on the guest that we have, like for example James Fox, you know, last week we could have talked, like he said, we could have talked for 8 hours, easy. And when
we went a half hour longer.
Yes,
with James Fox on the internet, which you can't do on TV.
No,
also.
you can't. Right. So you know, we actually shot 4 or 5 segments with James Fox, and depending on who we have, then you know we'll allow the certain segments to go towards that guest, you know, and realizing how much time we need, but still it goes by really fast. So, you know,
until you're on the 5th one, then you know he's like, "This one's only 2 minutes." You're like, 2 minutes? Oh God, you know what do I don't know if I could do 2 minutes.
So it's hard. It's hard because you know when you get a guest in here and
it goes quicker
concerning Bigfoot or whatever, man, we have so many questions for this guest, and this guest has a book that we want to promote and talk about, and the locations, that the places that she's gone, and the you know, the paintings or all that. It goes by really fast. As a matter of fact, when we were done, she goes, "That's it?" I'm all, "Yeah, that's it." I mean, and she goes, "Holy mackerel!" She goes, "Okay, cool," and she was all happy because, you know, we're talking to the guest, and it's like we're talking right now, and it's really comfortable, and it's really cool. We make the guests comfortable, so that's why, you know, to them it's really cool, and it goes by really fast.
Really fast.
So, to the people, I mean, right now I just got contacted by a production company out of Canada, and I got to send them some information, and now people are finally realizing, whoa, this Fox, you know, gig that you just got in Fresno, how did that happen? And I'm going, somebody upstairs must be, you know, pulling the rope here, because you know, this is like Alan has a bunch of people in the business, and they're freaking blown away. Should not be happening. So I don't know who's pulling some strings, but I think we have
anybody in the Fresno area that has a business that, you know, and you're looking to maybe have some cheap commercials.
Oh yeah,
for 52 weeks. talk to us.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking cheap, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really talking cheap. I mean, we're not talking $1,000 either. We're talking half of that, maybe even. You know what I'm saying, depending on how much.
We'll give you like a whole half a year worth.
Depending on and so that's where we stand right now. I'm financing this right now, this whole thing by myself, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't think I can do it by myself anymore. It's really hard. We all have families and we all have mortgages and bills to pay, and there's no way I can keep up with. I mean, they ordered 26 episodes. That's a lot of money. I'm not going to say how much it is, but let's just say it's 5 numbers long. So I talked with the production company, and the production company has a great idea, and it looks like we're going to do it, and they're still working on it, and it's going to help me out tremendously, depending how fast we can do this. And my goal is hopefully we'll get picked up here soon, where I don't have to do this by myself anymore. I can get help, but in the meantime, we still have 26 episodes that we need to shoot. And it's got to come out of my pocket, and I need help. I can't do it, and I know there's a lot of people who want to help.
Well, I know we'll have a GoFund, hopefully.
Yes.
Up pretty soon. We'll be able to talk about that, and then get people going to the GoFund, because the whole thing is going to be paying for production.
That's all.
Because we don't have the other cost. We don't have the television time cost. So really
thank
just
God.
production cost.
I mean, from what I understand, an hour time could run you between 10, 15, 20, depending, $1,000, guys, depending on the actual time slot, maybe even more. So 26 episodes for free. We're talking almost $500,000.
Man, I just saw Bigfoot move. Did you see him? Yeah. No, I think I'm just hearing that weird noise.
No, it's kind of windy outside. So.
Well, I keep on hearing that.
Snap.
This place is haunted. It looks haunted, doesn't it? This is a haunted place.
So anyway, to go back to the GoFundMe, we're going to have probably a GoFundMe here. I'm thinking probably within the next couple of weeks, hopefully sooner. And depending on how much you donate, the gifts are going to be killer. I know a lot of people have been wanting T-shirts, but there's going to be other stuff as well, depending on how much you want to donate. And this money is not going to go to me; it's going to go straight to the production guys, so we can get these things aired and get them on TV. And for all those who are listening, who want to assist us in donations, that would be awesome. Depending on, and I don't know, I think Orlando, the president of the production company, is going to figure out, depending on how much you donate, what kind of a gift we're going to give you. And that could be, we'll take you out to the spot, go Bigfooting. We'll take you to a couple of, if you want to come down here and watch a couple of episodes get filmed, 4 episodes maybe, stuff like that.
On the internet show.
Yeah, come in here, have some fun with us. So there's a lot that can be done. I'm hoping that this could get you guys excited to help us out. Even if, let's say 1,000 people donated $20 a piece, that would pretty close cover what we need. But the more the better. That's what I say. So that's where we stand right now. Again, it's really hard on me. I'm trying to work overtime as much as I can, but that's not cutting it. And it's not cheap. For all those people who know what it takes to film an episode for TV, the editing, there's a lot of cost to it. And I can't do it anymore, unfortunately. So I need help. And I'm not embarrassed to say help, because I help. So the GoFundMe guys, they're taking care of the GoFundMe page. Hopefully we'll get that to you guys very soon. Or if you want to donate right now, you can email. Go to the Saying of Paranormal. I'm sorry, take that back. ParanormalCentral.net website, and Alan just actually changed it around. So now we have the commercial for the Fox TV thing on there, and the scissor reel is on there, and there's also a contact form if you want some information on what we're doing, or if you want to help. You can send us. The form is really easy. It's just your name, your email, and then there's a spot where you can type in whatever you want as far as the narrative goes, and it goes straight to me, and I'll read it myself, okay? Again, we have a 24-hour hotline at 287-8367. Put that in your phone. If you know anybody who needs help as far as, evil demons in their homes or anything like that, you can give us a call or have them give us a call, and we'll get them to Heidi, or Alan can talk to them and see if we can help them out over the phone, depending on the location. Or if you're here in Fresno, then we could probably come to you.
And we don't charge.
And we don't charge, guys.
That's helping people. We don't charge. In fact, Heidi's on there. Hi, Heidi. And I got your web page put up. All really cool. Take a look at it. Let me know.
Also, darn it. Lost my train of thought. That sucks.
Yeah.
Seriously, I forgot what I was going to say. So anyway, the 24-hour hotline is there in case you want to, if you want.
I know what you were saying is that there's a contact page that you can.
Contact page on the paranormalcentral.net. Or you can call.
Contact you straight to you if they want to give.
Right. Also, too, guys, the 24-hour hotline, I have 2 iPhones. One's a personal, one's the other one's a 24-hour hotline. If you don't want to call me and you want to report something, you can always text me at that number.
Yeah.
Or if you take a photograph, it's the wind. Yeah. If you take a photograph, you can always send me the picture at that number as well. If you don't want to even talk to me, just send me the picture and give me some information on it, and I can go from there. But again, the 24-hour iPhone hotline is 559-287-8367. 287-8367. The last 4 numbers represent the letters UFOS. How convenient, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So it's 15 after the hour. We got 45 minutes left. Does anybody want to call in on that number and you want to talk about something paranormal or something that happened to you, or you have any questions? Give us a call at that number at 559-287-8367. I want to show you really quick a picture. It was on Facebook. I think it was pretty funny. But again, there are a lot of movie stars, a lot of actors, a lot of rock stars that I would love to come on to the TV show and talk paranormal stuff, because, there are a lot of them out there who dig this stuff. And one person, I think, is Nicolas Cage. Why? Because a lot of the stuff that he does on TV involves that type. Like, for example, my favorite series ever is the National Treasure series, 1 and 2. Nicolas Cage, Book of Secrets, and the first one. That is, oh my God, that is like, whenever that's on TV, I actually have them on video too. So, but once in a while I'll pop it in. But if it's on TV, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna watch Nicolas Cage, because that's just some badass stuff right there. Okay, I dig that stuff. He does a lot of the movies that involve paranormal, like that one movie called Knowing, about the numbers. That, and there's just a lot more that I can't even think right now. But he has, and I think this is for real, because Alex Chinetti had this on his wall, and I stole it from his wall and put it on my wall. But Nicolas Cage, and I don't know if he lives in Louisiana, and I think he does, New Orleans, but he already bought or purchased his slot in a cemetery, and he's already had his monument built, if that's what you want to call it. Let me show you a picture of what he has right now that he has, and when he dies, he's going to be put in there.
Jeez, like overkill. Oh my God.
Okay, supposedly that belongs to Nicolas Cage when he dies. That's where he's going to go. Very cool. Isn't he like into the stuff or what? So a triangle, a pyramid. Let's think about that. A lot of people think that pyramids, especially if you're inside of a pyramid, gives you power. There's like really strong power there. So what? Does he think he's going to get resurrected? I don't know, but let me give you another picture.
Maybe he's Illuminati or whatever. You know how?
I never thought of that either.
The whole thing with
not Nicolas Cage. Don't say that.
Oh man, I heard some stuff about Nicolas Cage.
Really?
Yeah. Like when he did the one, oh man, the movie where he had one eye that was all messed up. Did you see that movie? I can't remember the name of the movie, but one eye was all mangled in the movie.
I don't remember that one. With the paranormal show movie involved paranormal? If it wasn't, then you probably didn't see it.
Oh well, I'm not sure, but when he had that eye, it was his left eye mangled, and that's the eye that these reptilian things they put the chip under.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I heard that the reason they put that on him like that was because his eye was swollen from the chip being implanted into him so that he could be cloned and live forever.
Yeah, this is the stuff we talk about here, folks.
Yeah. Especially on the internet show, not so much on the TV show.
Yeah, we got to talk about reptilians and Nicolas Cage being cloned on TV. That's just, people were going to go, huh? But
you know, like right now, the big news is that some evil, real evil, has landed on the earth and has showed up. And whatever these things are that, you know, lives under the earth, reptilian things, all these people that are involved in this, they thought that these reptilians were like the top of the food chain, you know, and they thought that was it, you know. And they knew that all of a sudden, like this last year, some aliens showed up, and they hadn't seen those down there, and they're like, ah, wow, you know. And then so the reptilians are kind of a little bit subservient to the aliens. And then, all of a sudden, these angels showed up, fallen angels. And everything under the ground, the reptilians, the bird-looking dude, the kind, you know, the bird guy in the pyramids. He has the bird head,
right,
you know,
right,
and he's a man with a bird head, and the alligator guy with the alligator head. They showed up. And these guys showed up, and all those things are subservient, and they said they're getting ready to start their army.
Right.
You know, to fight.
What's the matter?
Nicolas Cage is a Coppola.
Yeah.
His stage name.
Okay.
Francis Ford Coppola. Illuminati. Hello.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, I told you. He's
okay. Well, the old missus came in here and she goes, well, you know,
I thought
Nicolas,
we were going to get in trouble.
I know. She was the way she was looking at it. Nicolas Cage is a stage name, duh, and he's actually a Coppola, which Illuminati supposedly. So there you go. Take that.
Yeah, well.
And if that doesn't,
the kind of thing that the thing that trips me out about the whole thing of these things showing up is nobody saw these things before. This is something that was written, you know, like 5,000 years ago, written about, and some of it like 3,000 or 4,000 years ago. And then these people, you know, that are seeing these things, these Illuminati people are seeing these things and talking about this bloodline and all this stuff. And they talk about it a little bit on Ancient Aliens. But all of a sudden, these things, you know, those statues that they were just breaking up, the ISIS were breaking up.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Okay, that is what showed up. Those things is what showed up. And those things are the ones that everything is subservient to.
Now, let's talk about that because, you know, it's kind of funny. And I'm not going to say, is it a coincidence, whatever. But 4 weeks ago, I showed you, the day of the Oscars, it was the day of the Oscars, I showed you the location right outside, and I think it's now called the Dolby Theater. It used to be the Kodak Theater, but not the Dolby Theater, where they actually have those, not Illuminati, but the Anunnaki. Thank you. Oh gosh, Anunnaki symbolisms on top, the Burn Man or whatever it was, right? The day after or 2 days after, that's when is it Iran, Iraq? I forgot where it was, but they were in that museum and they were knocking down all those statues of the same symbols that we were talking about. They were knocking them all down.
Yep.
All right. And let's talk. Why is that? Is it because maybe there is some realism in that? I mean,
you know, they could have done it all along, though. Why did they start doing it right now?
Well, it's kind of funny that we just talked about it the night before, and all of a sudden, all over the Facebook, there was them with sledgehammers knocking down all these statues in that museum.
Well, I know what they're saying. Why? They're saying that the reason they're knocking them down is because it's worship idols, idol worship or whatever.
Oh.
People worship them. Only now these people that I stay up with, you know, like research about these underground things and this cloning thing, and you know, first I had a hard time with this cloning thing, you know, that people were being cloned and all this stuff, and And they say it only takes $30 in 8 days to clone somebody, and they've been doing it since the 30s or 40s, you know. And I'm like, what? You know, that sounds so crazy. Only then I started really looking at the movies and the cartoons with my kids, like, and grandkids. They have these mutants. They have cloning, like Star Wars is all about cloning. I mean, anybody that knows anything about Star Wars knows about cloning. And the cloning tubes and the Star Wars games are all about cloning and everything. I mean, wait a minute, like, where's all this coming from, right? All this cloning stuff. They've been putting it out there for a long time, and we just think it's, what do you call it, fake. Science fiction. It's not science fiction. It's really true. Now, I'm reading these guys. It was like 2 days before you start talking about the Anunnaki statues. I'm reading this guy. He's putting pictures of these Anunnaki statues, and he's actually putting up the Birdman one. But they're with these things, right?
Okay.
And he's saying that, believe it or not, this bird thing showed up, you know, and it looks just like that in the Egyptian pictures and everything. And he describes the color of the feathers, and they're iridescent and the whole thing. And then 2 days, and he's putting up these pictures of these Anunnakis, just like the one I was looking at when you put it up. Then they start smashing him up, and then he's writing actually before they smashed him up, that these statue things alive are down there now, and nobody ever saw him before. He's been there 30 years in this place, right?
Right.
Then he never saw these before. Now they show up, and then we're having 4 blood moons, and then what? Yesterday we had a eclipse, and all the Bible Christian people are talking about the end of the world and all this stuff. I mean, what's up, you guys? I mean, something's going on in every realm of everything, right? I mean, the supernatural, the paranormal, the Christian, the out there. I mean, something's going on. Something is absolutely going on. And it was kind of weird because there for a year or so, there was like a lull of everything except for Bigfoot. Now Bigfoot's off the hook. I mean, off the hook. Bigfoot's everywhere. I mean, he's off the hook. We're getting reports of him. UFO reports off the hook. Ghost stuff off the hook. Shadow people off the hook. Aliens off the hook. Abductions off the hook. I mean, everything's off the hook. Something's up. I think.
Okay. I have been getting a lot of calls on evil.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, majority of it is the Ouija board thing. The UFO sightings have mellowed out. But is it because whoever's flying these things are now known not to fly them over Fresno because we're here?
Yeah, I mean, they're only mellowed out here. On the internet, they're not mellowed out.
They're not all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, it's off the hook on the internet. Off the hook. Yeah, and I think it is because we have everybody, we're out there saying, we're going to do a Skywatch tonight, and 30 people show up and stuff.
And it's completely dead, not even an airplane flying over.
We would do it like every week.
Oh, my God. And next time we do that, just can't announce it. We have to do the whole Morse code type of thing, and it's the only way to get by because, they're not going to fly these things and if we're out there. They're not. So where are we at? We're at 30 minutes till. So anybody want to call in? If nobody want to call in, we're going to continue talking about stuff. The ruins that we got a lot of people sending me emails about the ruins that we showed a couple of weeks ago. And somebody called me from Fairview, Bay Area. They found some ruins over there too. Matter of fact, he sent me an email, and I'm supposed to find out, or I think he said he has a video on it or some pictures he wants me to take a look at. But they're also witnessing there around these ruins some crazy stuff, like they say possibly Bigfoot. So I'm thinking, I told him what I thought we had here as far as a vortex or whatever. And maybe that's what he has over there. So he's going to send me some information on it, and hopefully I get some good videos and good pictures I want to show you guys. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about as far as the ruins go back 3 weeks ago, I think, is when I had the ruins on and I actually played the video here. That's in Fresno, California, you guys. That's here. What the heck are those things doing here in Fresno? Good question.
I was watching something the other day. Man, only they were talking about mines and ruins and all this kind of stuff, and they showed some old Mayan or Aztec places that where it was mines at one time, but only they're ancient. Guess what it looked like?
Like us?
Yep.
As a matter of fact, one thing that I haven't showed you, and I actually had the video because I actually did it on my camera, but I erased it because I thought it was just take too much space on my camera. But Eddie kept his.
Yeah.
And God, if the gatekeeper's listening right now, I know I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
I wouldn't even say anything.
Okay, I'll keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to show the video eventually, but.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he showed it on Facebook.
Well, they can go to my YouTube, and I have Eddie. He's the Star Breed.
On Paranormal Central or your personal?
No, it's Paranormal Central.
Okay.
And then on the side, I have Heidi Hollis, and I have
cool. Okay.
I have David Paulides and Robert Scott, and Starbreed as like my favorite people that I subscribe to. And you could actually click on the Starbreed, and you could go over and you could find that video that he's referring to. And I'm not going to give you the name on the air, but you can find it. And I'm not going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I got to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, it's just a box of chocolates.
Yeah, you know, Fresno it's a crazy city. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and say it. In one of the episodes that we had here last week, we had Kathy Omachi and Jeremy Brownstein.
Well, we had them on our internet show.
And we had them for an
actually
episode.
One of the favorite ones on.
Is it?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Okay, we got a call coming in from. Hello, it's Jeffrey on Paranormal Central. You're on the air.
Well, thank God, because I was going crazy without you guys.
It's
Heidi,
the broken one.
Okay, seriously, Heidi, who did you hit?
I wish it was something cool like that, like I took out a few aliens. I choked one before, you guys know that story. But I didn't punch any this time.
No? Are you sure you didn't slap somebody?
I was so tempted to hit the doctor at least when he said, I think I'll put a cast on you instead of a splint.
See, I would. I think I.
Oh,
said
you mean the other
that.
way around? You put a splint, then a cast.
Well, this is what he did. He goes, I'll put a splint on you. I'm like, oh, great. I'm thinking to myself, I can take that thing off. And then he pops back in his room. He's like, you're a cartoonist. Nah, you guys are too tempted to take that thing off, so I'm going to cast you. I was like, dang it all. And so as long as it's purple, it'll be cool. And so I got a pretty purple cast instead.
I think I would have knocked him one with it, like when he wasn't looking. Bink.
So what did you do? Did you trip?
I did. I was stepping over my fantastic boots, reaching for my coat, and I caught it.
Mm-hmm.
And boom, I just, how you kind of get that momentum going for it, and I hit the wall. And, it kind of sucked.
Ouch.
It's just like, oh, no. It just did not happen. And, I'm working on a animation-like project based off of one of my books. I do a nice, fun book book series that's essentially based on looking into paranormal topics, but some kids looking into things. So about the length of like the Whippy Kid books, so pretty long. Sticklefinders.com. Anybody can look at it. So it's like I'm working on making this into a cartoon series potentially, and right when I'm starting on it, here I get hit with this broken hand. I mean, I just can't believe the freaking timing. But then it's the devil nipping at our heels.
Mm-hmm.
It's to be expected.
Well, that's what Alan was saying. He says there's somebody trying to pull us down.
I mean, gosh, I cannot believe this. I've never broken anything. It's my right hand. I'm just really ticked. But, I mean, what can you do? All you can do is just keep rolling with the punches. and keep building up Paranormal Central. Sorry, I didn't get to do the reports. I was like taking pain meds. I'm like, you know what? I don't know how good I'm gonna be.
When I was just thinking about getting up and taking my break so that I could take some pain meds right now.
You got 26 minutes, so it's up to you.
Yeah, so I think I can hang for 26 minutes. You know.
So right on.
I am such a weakling. I don't take anything as little as I possibly can. So it's like I didn't know how well I'd do, but I think I'm perky enough right now. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go and make sure that the boys are doing all right. They're not missing me too much. But I have a couple of miracle stories I want to share with you guys.
Okay.
Cool.
Wow. Yeah, this is really crazy. It's not crazy. It's God. Okay, I'm gonna just say it. It's
That's
God
right.
because there's just no other way to put it. Oh gosh, it was about a week ago. They say that texting and driving are like the accidents that are being caused by that are now astronomical beyond drinking and driving, and I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I have this crazy thing. I told you my head is not attached.
Right.
It's really strange. It's very rare. You probably will not meet another person with it, thank God. But yeah, so my head is in the clouds, and there's no bone connecting it. But it's okay. I'm in one piece. I'm doing great. So I just hope to not get hit, with a car, of course, while I'm driving here in Chicago in the madness of the Midwest.
Or
so
falling
I'm
over
like,
boots. That doesn't help either.
No, yeah. So I'm like, I when we have like really decent weather here, it was like 70 degrees, and anybody that knows how to jog was jogging along the lakefront here in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, like cows crossing the road. It was crazy. So I pulled off. I had to go and exit off from Lakeshore Drive and sit at a stop sign behind another car for a long time while all these people are just jogging by. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like sitting here for a few minutes, and people are waddling, rolling, jogging, and I'm sitting there, and somebody came off from Lakeshore Drive, which is a busy drive here in Chicago, and I did not see these people coming. But obviously, they must have been, I don't know, maybe somebody was jogging by with some really tight shorts on. I don't know what was going on, or they were texting and driving. And all of a sudden, boom, they go up onto the curb next to me to avoid hitting me by a hair. And I mean, like, out of nowhere. I'm like, I did not see these people coming. And I'm like, it's as if God just smacked them to the side and said, you are not hitting Heidi today. Mm-mm. It was weird. It was just like, all of a sudden just landed next to me. And I was just like, I couldn't even be shaken because I didn't know what to think. It was just so bizarre. I'm like, wow, God, thanks a lot for that one, because, man, that could have done in a few people here, including myself, with all these joggers waddling by. Everybody got pudgy during the winter.
Right.
It was weird. It was weird. But then, now this is crazy. This is weird. Like, I don't even know. This one even almost strikes me even a little bit more. But a couple of days ago, like, I could really care less here in the winter. I mean, everything's miserable. You're miserable. It's gross. Everything's slushy and nasty. Well, I wash your car, right? So I didn't wash my car for, like, the whole winter. Just left it.
Why? I don't even do that in California,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you do, some bird will come along, and like, or something.
Oh, exactly. Well, you're 50 cars will pass your car up and flush some crap on it. It's just so ridiculous. And when I used to live by Wrigley Field, people would come and pee on your car. So what did it matter? And that's not, I'm not kidding. That's just crazy. So I didn't wash this freaking car. I just left it. I'm like, so what? And then, I'm not kidding you, out of nowhere, I got this song stuck in my head, the car wash song. You guys know, the song?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've got to go wash my car today. It was just in my head, wash my car, wash my car, wash my car. I'm like, and I'm just singing this song at the car wash. I'm going to go to the car wash. And I go, and I washed my freaking car for the first time in the whole entire winter. And I pulled over to like, throw the rest of the, clean the junk out of the car and shake the rugs out and all this stuff. And I am not kidding you, because of the wetness that was on my tires, I saw bubbles coming up out of my tire from a hole, from a nail sticking in my tire. I would not have seen it.
Right.
I would not have seen it. Have I not? I mean, it was so purposeful. Like, God's got a sense of humor or something, because he had my back for like a good week, except for my hand. I don't know where he was at the time when my hand got broken. But for car issues,
he was probably like chuckling, like, I put the boots there. No. I moved Heidi's boots. Oops, no.
Right. Oh, that's a bad joke. Slip.
It's just such a weird week. But, I mean, he had my back 2 out of 3 times, but let my hand be broken. That's okay. My neck is good.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. You imagine if you would have fell and then really hit your head or in your neck or something?
Well, you know what? I've taken a few good pops to the head, and I've been all right. So I'm not that worried. It's just, I think anybody getting smacked in a car would not fare very well. But my prognosis is pretty darn good now, I must say, because of little miracles along the way that just happen. I mean, it's so cool. It's so cool. I have like just fantastic doctor who is just like, look, I can fix your neck for you, Heidi. I'm like, what? And, I didn't know my whole life that my head wasn't attached. I had no idea. But your ligaments are pretty darn strong. I hold things together. And he found a way to help strengthen my ligaments so it will not move. It's good to go according to him. So I'm like, all right.
That's crazy.
Let's do this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, so I was just like, these little miracles, I think a lot of people have them. I think God talks to a lot of people in a lot of different ways, but we don't always acknowledge those little miracles, and some of them are big, juicy, meaty miracles, and we overlook them. So it's just it needs to be said and shared, and it's paranormal. It's paranormal.
And that's what we're trying to tell people, that we do talk about religion here. For those who, if this is your first time listening, we talk about religion here, and the reason why is the Bible. A lot of the stuff in the Bible that you read now, it's actually happening. And even Alan said, the Bible is probably the most paranormal book out to this date, because the things that are happening was written in the Bible. So, we talk about everything that's in the Bible. We talk about religion. A lot of people don't like to mix paranormal and religion, but
it's supernatural.
Yeah, it's supernatural.
I mean, it is. I mean, God, they went and raised the dead. They did some supernatural stuff that, and I think that's going to happen again pretty soon. We're going to see that stuff again. But you know what? You had one today. Jeff had one like that, like what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And as soon as I came home, his wife was telling me about it, and then I came in and Jeff was telling me about it.
My wife went to the store. She got in her car. Click, 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 click. Didn't work. So I'm going, crap. I need to go to the studio and put it together, but no, her car doesn't start. She comes in and says, hey, my car doesn't start. I'm all, crap. So I open the hood and I get my meter and I put it on the battery and it reached 10 volts. I'm all, crap. It looked like one of the cells is bad. So I took it out and we took a ride to the Pet Boys and I gave it to him, told him to check it, and sure enough, came back, yep, one of the cells bad. And he's looking, and we don't have another battery like this. And I said, okay. And I don't even remember where we got that battery. It looked fairly new, but I told him, you know what? You don't have to get me the exact battery. Just get me one that fits the same size. I can put it in my wife's truck or vehicle, because we're lucky that she didn't try that tomorrow morning and it just didn't work. So I'm glad it happened now. But anyways,
that's one of the miracle parts.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And the other one is they gave us a battery for free.
Yeah.
So we gave him
$100
battery, and we got it. And he goes, we went up to the cash register. She took out her ATM card, and he scanned the battery, and he scanned the other battery, and he pulled the receipt out, and he goes, sign here, and I signed. He goes, thanks. Okay, I'll take care of you guys. And I said, what?
Wow.
And she goes, don't I have to pay? And he goes, no, that's right. I'll take care of it. And we walked out with a free battery.
See, and you guys are I had the crappy part.
What?
I mean, I'm taking a shower and my shower starts backing up, and my sewer backed up right before I left. I mean,
again,
I'm the one that got the crappy thing. Yeah,
literally.
I mean, I haven't heard anything good yet today for me, except for I'm standing in a puddle of crap before I come over here.
I really hope you washed your body off with water before you came over here. I'm smelling something right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, you are. Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're right. When you don't expect it and you're in a world of hurt, and then all of a sudden something happens to fix that problem, like where did that come from? So people, you need to stop thinking that it's a coincidence, and think the other way.
You know what people do is they'll gloss right over what happened with Heidi, and what happened with you. And they'll focus on what happened to me. You know what I mean? Like, and I won't. I don't focus on the crap. I try and find the good little nugget things that happen in the day and focus on it. And that's what keeps me going.
Right.
And most people are opposite.
It's important.
Huh?
I think it's very important. And you know what? It's like, I know a lot of people categorize some of this stuff as being religious or religion that we talk on, but to me, it's like you say God or whatever. That to me, that's just a matter of life. It's not a category. It's a matter of everyday life. I mean, and it's the stuff that people think about. I think it's best to categorize it as an everyday thing. All of these topics. The paranormal is more normal than anything, I think, these days. And God just so happens to fall into all the in-betweens, So it's like, and acknowledging it, I think it's kind of cool. We're pretty casual when we talk about these things. We don't try to cram stuff down people's throats.
No, not at all.
We're just keeping it real. So I think it's all good.
I mean, we're trying to help people. When people call and I refer them to you, and it's because, of evil in their homes, and, you and Alan and myself now, we sort of kind of know what to tell these people, and they say whatever we tell them to say, and it works.
Yeah.
And the people are tripping out. They can't believe it. So
some people call, and it's their last hope.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they already tried every other thing. They called the psychic and the person that can do the seances, and I mean, they've done everything they know, and then they wind up hearing about us, and they're pretty much giving up.
Right.
And then they call us, and then we tell them what to do, and then bam, their whole life changes like that, just like that.
Right.
And I mean, I talked to some pretty happy people lately, afterwards.
Right.
They're really happy, and it really feels good to talk to them and hear how happy they are.
Yeah, and it feels good. And I think I posted something like that on the wall not too long ago that, I would have never thought by doing what I'm doing now, it's actually helping people. And it is. It is. So that's kind of cool. So, right on. So, all right. So,
really
I guess we'll,
thing.
right on. So I guess we'll see, or actually we'll talk to you next week. Heidi, you should be good. Bye.
Sounds good. I should be a one piece, I hope.
Yeah.
Be able to hold the phone in one hand and then have the mouse it with your foot, and
Oh my
God.
I can't even sign my books. I've got book orders that people have been ordering. It's like now I can't even sign them. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to get some refunds out there. I don't know. I have to do something.
A stamp that says Heidi.
Stamp it.
All right, Heidi. All right, Heidi. We're gonna let you go.
All right, you guys have a great night.
We'll
Bye,
talk
Heidi.
to you. See ya.
Good talking to you.
All right. Okay.
Bye. We only have like 11 minutes. I completely spaced out, and again, because we have so much back in our archives. People are going back and literally watching all of our back archive shows on live stream.
I've been getting emails,
and they're running out and they're freaking out. They're going, you guys have been on since 2007. Where are the other ones?
Where's the other ones? Right. That's what they're emailing me, like, hey, can you put some more on there? I could. It takes. It is really hard because in the way that they're made, I have to edit each one.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And it isn't like I could just like start uploading to YouTube. I have to edit some of the stuff out.
And there's a reason he has to edit stuff out. Is because
YouTube will cancel our YouTube.
Right. It's back in the days when I didn't know better, I was using music that I wasn't supposed to be using, and other stuff that I wasn't supposed to be using.
Well, I mean, you could, but you just can't with YouTube.
Right.
And I mean, and I first I thought, I could just load this on YouTube.
Right.
And they didn't care, you know what I mean? Like, as long as I'm not monetizing it. But then I found out, no, I'm copyright. They give you so many hits of copyright, and then they cancel your YouTube. And it's like, you guys can't cancel my YouTube.
Can't have that happen.
But then, like, I do have 250 shows that, that I could upload, but only each one of them has to be edited.
And you have to watch each individual video, so you know where to edit. So it's not like he knows exactly where to go to edit. We don't remember what we did 4 years ago, 5 years ago in an episode. He doesn't. And let me tell you,
you would play him in the back end of it and in the middle of it.
And we have some killer episodes.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I do remember that there were some really, really good ones out there.
There is. I tried to find like the best ones, like David Paulides, the alien abduction,
and those are up on Paranormal
the real
Central.
highlight ones.
Right.
And when I have time, I'll I do it occasionally. I'll go in and I'll start watching them, and then
something happened. You have to leave and go take somebody.
No, I wind up watching the whole thing because it's good.
Okay.
And then
you forget like, what to go right down to times of what to edit out.
Yeah, and then I got to watch it again. It's like, man, how come I didn't like jot that down?
Yeah. So you guys, this is your first time. I've been doing this since 2007, and we have a lot of episodes. That I used to have an old live stream channel, and then we bumped it up to this new one. And
I had all of them, but now they're all gone too.
Yeah, they're all gone. They erased them all because we're not using the old, live stream channel. So. So I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully that all of those shows that we did back then, I can remember some of them and bring them back. So that's what stinks about this, is that there's a lot of people now who are watching this who are brand new. And I'm talking year. Let's say you're a year new, right? Well, then you've missed a lot of stuff in the past.
A lot
of stuff, you guys. A lot. Mucho.
Which is what I think it's kind of cool because I've been going back, like I'll go back and I've come back and we've talked about some things that we did. We've been able to bring it back and be new again, but to a handful of people, and I mean literally a handful.
Right.
It isn't new.
Right. So we're trying to make this, and a lot of people want us to have guests on every single week, and I might have a guest on here and there, but the new stuff will trump that. What was that? I'll let you. Will trump that.
5 minutes.
Okay. And I mean, the whole idea on this show and on the TV show is to give you the new stuff. All right, that happened last week. All right, or a couple of weeks ago, just recent. That's the whole idea on this show. I'm not going to go back and talk about stuff that other podcasts are talking about, and I'm not going to do that. If you want to go and listen more about Area 51 or New Mexico, whatever, then you have every right to, but you're not going to hear it here unless something happens. So, and I mean something new happens at that location. So I'm hoping that the stuff that you get here, anyways, you know what I was going to say. 4 weeks ago, I was talking about the triangle crash in Fresno and telling you that I have 3 videos that I want to show you guys. Well, I'm going to really try for next week to go ahead and find those and to show them to you. And that's one of the videos is me driving to the site and me videotaping, and Justin telling the story while I had him on the phone. And the other one's the cars that are running all over the side of the mountain was a spotlight, and then the blue flashing light, which we thought was somebody welding. So I'm going to try to get those next week. But for sure, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up again. Right now, I'm telling you that we're going to be premiering only one time on this show David Ragosta's Bigfoot. Well, what we think is a Bigfoot trying to take a game cam off of a tree. It's only 9 seconds long. It's video, but there is some detail in there that I'll be able to stop and play and zoom in and show you the face and the ears and the nose. You know what? At first, we all thought it was a bear, but I don't know. I'm going to let you guys decide. So next week, I'm going to play that video here, but there's only one problem. I'm going to delete it from any type of archive so you cannot see it again. So unfortunately, that's just the way it is, because we're going to use that video on an episode for TV. But I'm just going to be nice enough, and I'm going to show it to you here. And so for all those who want to see this, then you better see us live on live stream. A lot of people don't know that we are live 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time on a live stream, which is the video that we're sending out. You can go to paranormalcentral.net. We have a website, paranormalcentral.net. You got two avenues of going to. Either you can go to live stream and watch our show there, or if you don't want to watch our show, you can go to the Art Bell site and you can listen to them. They actually have an app as well. So if you are on your cell phone, you can listen to our show live on their app. So, all right, we got about 1 minute left, and we are out of here. So I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. Next week, we're going to do it again, and I'm going to show you some more stuff that you have never seen, and hopefully it's going to knock your socks off.
And hopefully I can get it and put it on YouTube so that we can tell the Art Bell guys to look at it. You know, hopefully I can get it.
Okay, all right. So, and that's it. So, again, the GoFundMe thing is going to be, I guess I'm thinking in a couple of weeks we should have it up, I'm hoping. If you want to get involved in our show by, I don't know, sponsorship or investment, you can go to paranormalcentral.net. And that's it. So, all right. We are out of here, you guys. Thank you very much for showing up. My name is Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas at Paranormal Central. Thank you for showing up, wherever you may be. We shall see you next week, same time, same channel, wherever that is on Art Bell or live stream. Adios.
You have been listening to Paranormal Central with Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas, broadcasting worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and on artbell.com. Stay tuned for next time. Remember to keep your eyes to the skies, and we hope you witness something you cannot explain.
I'm looking for you, you're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained?